instead that we are going to be charming these dragons over to Aspirant's Climb, which could potentially to protect versus them getting those 2-point draws again.
Yep, and we are going to put the Scuttle back in hand to play a Sand Soldier token. We're going to play out the Scuttle once again to get another draw 1. And it's going to be 7 points to 5 and a Lonely Poro. Pass it back to Ryan, who's only going to be holding to 6 points instead of holding to 7 here.
Let's see.
Yeah, all right, there goes that. We're not going to use the Emperor's Dais here.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Obviously, I don't think we really want to return that dragon to hand. It's a lot to pay for, but we do see that Sivir come out as well, and it kind of seems like we're just going to be trying to hold into those 9 points.
All right, we've got the boon, and we're just going to be like, you know what, I can read the writing on the wall. We've got 10 minutes to try to end it out. I'm not sure what we're going to go through. Yeah, okay, just going straight to game 3. All right, a lot on the line here. And again, this is kind of a bit of the win and in, and we'll have to see who ends up taking it.
Yeah, this is going to be the game that decides it all. I mean, it is only 7 minutes left, so I have to think that Houses Are Big has a big advantage here, right? He doesn't have to find the Aurora. Obviously, we kind of have access to that Sivir, but we don't have access to her till at least turn 2. And Houses Are Big can already start scoring points by then.
All right, so we got the treasure trove for 2 here. Once again, using the effect, get the gold. So again, shorthand, draw 1, make a gold. And we are going to play out the Scryer's boon here, or sorry, bloom here, which means that we aren't afraid of Gus. We're going to play out the Lonely Poro. We're going to play the first mate for 3 to move the Lonely Poro back and activate it. So we do get the double conquer here. Real strong from Houses Are Big.
Yeah, that feels so nice to get those 2 points so early, just in our second turn. And I mean, Ryan Ferris doesn't even have a single unit on board yet, still trying to get enough runes to potentially play that Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, but here we are, we're just speeding to 7. I mean, it already seems pretty fast, but at 1.5 speed, right? That's a little extra. But we are holding to 4 points here, which is quite good for Houses Are Big. Will offer some support there. Now, unfortunately, we are stuck on the Vile Maw's lair due to the battlefield effect, so that Lonely Poro is going to likely stay lonely for a while. But now thinking on this 6, and we're just passing straight up for Houses Are Big.
Yeah, I mean, I have to wonder, does Houses Are Big have something that he's holding for Aurora? Is his hand only spells? But it looks like we are going to instead see that Mind Splitter instead of Aurora come down, and we are going to have to see Houses Are Big's hand and potentially discard one of their cards.
Yep, so Mind Splitter activates, and yeah, just I think making sure on, the runes, and deciding to likely react with the Rengar here. Yeah, so which will also move the first mate back, which I love this interaction with the Star Spring. Looking at hand, we've got 2 copies of Punch First, Scuttle Crab, and Discipline. All right, getting rid of, I'm going to call that Punch Second. And we're going to pass it back, but we're holding to 6 points without any other interaction here.
Yeah, but I think that was such a smart play by Houses Are Big, reacting to that Mind Splitter ability by ambushing into Star Spring. It does save that Rengar so that Mind Splitter can't discard it, because unlike Sabotage, Mind Splitter can hit units.
Yeah, and so we do have, again, 6 points here. We're just a double conquer away from qualifying to our top 8 with Master Yi. Thinking about this Rengar, we're going to start with, looks like a Scuttle Crab maybe. With the Spring, we can move it back for free, but going to get the draw there. And if we have a Sabotage, I think that could be really insightful for trying to interact with their hand.
Yeah, I think so for sure, especially turns like this. You really kind of want to Sabotage, try to take that Aurora out of hand so you can still finish off those 8 points.
Yep. All right, we're going to buff our Poro and pass it back, though. Believe we have 10 runes. Again, we're going kind of fast, so I'm not immediately sure. But we have at least 9, it seems. So we are going to play out our Dazzling Aurora and then use the effect. And when there's only Elder Dragons left into it, pretty clear that is the play. And what are we going to get rid of? So we're going to play it into the Star Spring. We do have an opportunity to use the battlefield effect to move it back.
Yeah, we could move that Mind Splitter back for sure, but at least we have a couple units still alive on Houses Are Big's side.
Yep, and only one rune, so we can have like a Flurry of Blades activate here. But yeah, making sure we know our numbers.
We have 9 runes now on Houses Are Big side. 33 seconds left on the clock, which does mean we should be going to turns shortly.
Yeah, and if we end up being, I mean, at this point it's pretty clear that Ryan's only going to have 2 more turns left, whether they're going to be turn 0 or turn 1. Doesn't particularly matter, but the biggest thing is that the most amount of points I think they can get is 4, which means that you're still not even like going to win, maybe get a tie here, but we are going to discipline there, be at 5 might. We could go 5 and 2 to pressure a 7 Mind Splitter here. I think we're caught up. He took the breath for me because we were we might have been zooming through that one a little bit, but this should be turn 0 for Houses Are Big. The top 8 point on the line here. Getting a win here, I think, would secure a top 8 finish, and you know, a big finish for the the secret sauce.
Yeah, that would be absolutely huge, getting a player into top 8. But honestly, either player would feel really nice securing a top 8.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we are playing out the discipline. Looks like on the pit rookie as well. So it will get us to a total of 5 and 4. That's 9.
Yep.
And the punch first, so an additional plus 5. So I think we've got 10.
Yeah.
10 into the Elder Dragon.
So we do have the 10, and the Elder Dragon does die, giving us a lot of information, I feel like, about what if we may have that.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Flurry of Blades in hand. Because
hey, Chris.
If it was, it would have
Welcome back.
Yet, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that one rune isn't for the Flurry of Blades.
All right, well, we're at 4. Yep. We've got, I think, our 3rd copy of the punch first, so we're at 9.
Punch third?
Punch third, yes. All right. I mean, it's yeah, a 9 to 7. This can get the 8th point. This can wrap up the round here.
It very well could. We'll have. I mean,
Tony, what is your biggest surprise
like
of the
we are going
tournament
to play
so
another pit
far?
rookie as
Is it
well,
Sam
bringing
D.
it up
Sherman's
to
Rengar
10
or
might, I
what?
believe, with that buff.
That there's actually X and 2s in the top 8.
Oh. Fair. 2 of them. Ali must be happy about that.
Yeah, but I guess that's because of the Diwali and Allen draw.
Yes.
Because, yeah,
10
so.
into the Mind Splitter. 2 to 7.
10 altogether? That's right. All right, that's nice. Good game. Good games.
Good games. All right, there it is. Okay. Sometimes you just got to make sure. And the secret sauce is in the top 8.
TSS with the top 8.
12-1 finish.
I'm pretty sure this guy also won a best of in Atlanta.
Yeah, what a fantastic job by Houses Are
What'd you
Big.
say?
Really,
I think this guy also won a best of in Atlanta.
even though we went to turns,
Houses Are Big?
so much
Yeah.
time, obviously, with
He was a
we
part of
being out this
TSS
entire
and
round, and we still
They're
did it. We
doing
got
pretty
the
well
map,
so far.
even if it took a bit.
All right, well, I think we might be going directly into the top 8, but we're going to take a little second of there. Yeah, obviously we did watch a match
Going
that was
pretty much
happening
into
since we were able to
directly
get
into
both
top 8,
of
which is
our
pretty cool.
studio games for the top, the 13th round there. So honestly, really exciting, and hopefully we get to see the standings of what top 8 are pretty soon. But just a lot of gameplay to finalize that 13th round.
Yeah, for sure, and I am so excited to see who made it into the top 8.
Yeah, and honestly, from what it looks like, there could be a lot of different legends, right? I think we saw Master Yi, and
I found a vault that is itching for me to open, but I said I'd get them for people, so I have to keep them closed.
That's on the next.
What are they?
Yeah, there's gonna be so many great.
I have like 3 Unleash vaults that I kind of want to open one,
Alright,
but
so we are
I
gonna
have
take a
them
tiny
saved for
break. We're gonna
people.
be back with the top 8 from there, so don't go anywhere, and let's get into this top 8 right after this break.
Going to top 8. I think, what are these pairings going to be is what I'm curious about. So we're going to have Master Yi. Oh, Houses Are Big actually ended up first because he went X1. Even though Dwally and Allen did not play. Game win rate from Dwally, 81%. Kind of insane. So it's going to be Master Yi versus Aurelia. So it's a classic matchup. Diana versus Sivir. Really interested to see that one. I wonder if that one's going to be the one on stream. Ali versus Dwally. Allen on his Diana versus an Aurelia. And then Nazir versus a Rengar for the 4-5. That one is really fun. I hope that's I would vote for that because I really want to see this Rengar. Like, I think he was on stream earlier, but that was like around 4 or 5, so wasn't really maybe the highest competition. I want to see how it does against you know, somebody of the caliber of Rocklow on his Azir. Why is my stream frozen? Oh, are they cutting to the top 8 stream? Yeah, they are. Okay. So let's go over to the top 8 stream. Here we go. There we are. I feel like I'm overexposed again with this light is huge. Maybe I should just put it behind me and be like silhouetted. Just be a shadow. This is gonna be an exciting top 8. I think, you know, there is a chance that the top 4 gets a little boring comparatively, like legend matchup wise. Like right now there's so much diversity, but we, you know, let's say Dwally and Allen win, and then like, you know, the Aurelia and Master Yi win, then it's like all of a sudden we have Yi, Aurelia, and 2 Dianas, which to me isn't as exciting. Like I'd like to see a run by the Rengar. I guess he's the only one in top 8 that's like anything different.
Welcome back, Riftbounders,
that
here at the regional
stinks.
qualifier in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh my
I'm
gosh, by
Ryan, joined with Ursi Day, and we are
1.3%.
here to finally deliver what everyone has been waiting for. It's time to commence our top 8, but we're of course going to sprinkle in a little bit of excitement because I know our players are ready, but we've got to prepare you all at home for the excitement that we have in store for you, because boy howdy, it's quite a lot.
I cannot wait to see the top 8 today.
It's going to be filled with bangers, absolutely. So, but of course, we want to recap a little bit from today. So we did play our 5 rounds of Swiss after yesterday's 8 rounds of Swiss, where we saw incredible matchups, of course. You know, this is going to be our standings that we're finalizing from all of that hard work. So you can see already this is your top 8, all the way from TSS, Houses Are Big, who we just got to witness now locking in that first seed, Dwally, Allen ZQ, Rocklow, Sam D. Sherman, Arito, Swagiolo, 420 and Bow Bows as well.
Gets the best
stuff. This is going to be such a fantastic top 8 and so many great names.
Wild that they would show the 2 people that
cannot wait. And if you're paying attention, everybody at home, that's correct. We did have 2 X and 2s make it in for that top cut. But if you look closely in the middle, and if you look at the names, we have 3 returning regional qualifier champions. But we also want to say homage and thank you to the rest of the players that came so close, but are still going to be going
another
home
Rengar, by the
with
way,
that invite
and another Victor in 11th. Victor takes 9th.
I think that's what a lot of these players came here fighting for.
Fiora,
so
Rengar, Aurelia,
no,
well. The highest LeBlanc gets 21st place, X2-1.
Earlier today,
really wild.
So many fantastic names, so many different
Absolutely.
Highest Pike,
we just
highest
want to say
Ezreal,
thank you so much for everybody who was
27th,
playing,
that's
and
2-1.
incredible legends as well, which I know some best ofs are being handed out basically as we speak. And so with that, we're going to continue moving along. We want to go ahead and do some deck list showcases. We're going to do it here basically instead of before the match because we got to hype up some of these matches, and that's right. We're going to be featuring the Altar of Unity. We're going to be featuring Sam D. Sherman on that Rengar list, your Las Vegas Regional Qualifier champion, and he is going to be playing against Rocklow. This is now his 4th Best of Azir and his first ever top 8.
I'm sure he is so excited. He really knows how to play Azir. I mean, he's shown it over and over with this being his 4th best of that you mentioned. And what an awesome deck. I think we saw him earlier, and this Shadow Call is so interesting in the list.
Just being able to draw more cards, Sacrifice being added to the deck as well, the new vibe for ambush, stun tricks as well. We've already seen how powerful this deck can be when you mentioned Alexander the Greatest being on stream, unfortunately with a loss, but Azir has already won a regional qualifier before, and now it is here again in a top 8 performance, some recent success in China as well. Like, we really can't sell this legend short, and I think this is a great meta for this legend to really thrive. And you have to also consider Rocklow himself is just a specialist at this deck.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really when you get decks like this into the hands of specialists, into players who know how to play it, that it thrives.
All right, and we're going to move on to his opponent as well with Sam D. Sherman. There's so much to say about this player because he showed up playing, in the Draven format, but showed that he was the best one in Las Vegas. The format shifts, the format changes. He tries out Lucian. Doesn't necessarily go the way that he wants to in Atlanta, but here he is back on the same domains, but now with the Rengar in the jungle. And this list is so amazing. We got to witness this way early on in day 1 during Swiss, and we wanted to get him again at some point today, but he kept getting carried against someone we had already showcased. But look at this list. So much aggro, so much increases of mites from these units, and just really showcases what this deck can do right now in the format.
Yeah, and I really think it showcases that ambush keyword as well. Not new to Unleash per se, but definitely getting showcased in this newest set. And also, I don't think anyone expected a Rengar to do well today, much less making it into that top 8.
Absolutely. And of course,
Red
Rengar is
Rengar
that Grim Apothecary. I really hope we can see some intense gameplay with it, included with things like Star Spring, the battlefield, because you can do some crazy saving plays. It's as if you played your own Flash in the deck, but you save those units that you might have onto the battlefield by returning one to hand and then also bringing something back to your base. So we've got an incredible matchup here for your first one in top 8 here in Vancouver. But of course, we did promise the people something a little special.
Ooh, what's that?
Well, we do have some more sets in Riftbound coming out later this year, and I was lucky enough to sit down with Trick from Riot to give us a little preview on some upcoming Vendetta and Radiance information.
Tony, you watching some Vendetta stuff?
Hello everybody, I'm Barrett Bryant, and I have the wonderful pleasure to be joined by Trick from Riot Games, and I hear you have some exciting stuff to tell us about some upcoming sets. Now, of course, Unleashed is in full force here at the regional qualifier, but I hear you have some fun stuff to talk about. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I do, thanks, Barrett. I'm Trick Jarrett. I'm the editor-in-chief for Riftbound, so I oversee a lot of our content and community and all of those activations and fun stuff. And a lot of my job is helping talk about when we're going to talk about things. And so, obviously, as we said, Unleashed is out. We're excited. Players are excited. But that leads to what's coming next. So we wanted to tell fans and look ahead a little bit, give a peek into the future, and share a little bit more. We teased some on social this weekend already, but players will have seen, look at some packaging for Vendetta, which you may have already seen.
Guys?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the stream. They just cut the audio. They just cut the audio and cut to this screenshot. Did he say something he wasn't supposed to or something like that? Like, what are we doing? I thought we were going to get some type of reveal.
So, that's all. They're going to have an Ambessa, obviously.
Yeah, but this is like an image that's been on the internet for
a
while now. We have Ambessa, Mel, and Akali, obviously.
Of course, we're excited here we're excited here because we have some exciting information for Vendetta and Radiance as well. But we got to kind of tease the audience a little bit. So I got to ask you, we have opposite domains that we've been promised for this upcoming set that's going to be going in with Vendetta.
This is awkward.
Is there maybe a particular color combination that you're excited for?
Oh, is there one that I'm excited for? Let's see.
Come on, the endless possibilities, right? What's the coolest mind-body deck that you could imagine? Because we've been watching Dazzling Aurora all weekend.
Yeah, there's gonna be so many new options with Aurora. That's gonna be definitely for sure. Be really excited to see something with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I know a lot of people out there at home are excited for things like a Chaos and Order domain pairing. Of course, there's just so many cool interactions, and I got to think all the way back to Origins as well. When you look at the Twisted Fate champion unit that we were given, that seemed a little awkward because you couldn't unlock that that order effect because a legend didn't exist yet, but apparently we're going to be getting one.
Yeah, I actually remember how much people were excited about that Twisted Fate and be like, wait, what is coming up that this could happen? And now we're finding it out.
Awesome.
And of course, we have to at least talk about the last
we
one.
have
So Fury and Calm. Now we've talked about how Fury has been a little misrepresented, but as we already know,
a thing pop up and then just
with Rengar,
freeze the audio.
Fury domain,
I don't understand what just happened, but
top 8 performance. So I'm excited to see maybe it comes to rise when it's paired with something incredibly strong.
It is what it is.
That we keep talking
if you guys are watching,
go back to the most
just
played cards here in Vancouver.
Please.
Things
Thank
like Zonia's Hourglass and
really
Guardian's Angel are included in that domain. So now with the aggressiveness,
I hope that we actually can get some information on the future sets. That would be a cool little surprise that I wasn't expecting.
During set 1, I actually was like, it would be so cool if these two colors were together, and you're like, yeah, that's why they're not. They're like, but it's gonna be exciting to see what players can do with them.
Top 8, by the way, we have our matchups. I don't know if you guys saw yet, but they are going to be featuring the Sam D. Sherman's Rengar versus Rocklo's Azir. They showed the Rengar list. Honestly, the only surprising thing about it is the fact that there is no red Rengar.
We're going to go ahead and show off the bracket here so we can at least talk about not just
here comes the
match,
bracket.
but
Awesome.
on the same side of that bracket, so everybody paying attention to the top, we have, of course, the secret sauce. Houses are big on that Master Yi and our first seed versus Bao Bao's here playing Irelia. What do you think about that matchup?
I feel like that's going to be so interesting. Obviously, these
got Ivern. The closest Ivern will ever be to top 8 is right there.
So, predictions. Safe to say we're going to see a Diana versus potentially Rengar or Yi in the finals?
So I don't know anything about Rengar's matchup spread, obviously. Sam D. Sherman is an incredible player though, so if he is able to get past this Azir, that'd be pretty cool. I think the winner of match 1 has a really solid chance of making grand finals. Just with the overall strength of those two decks, especially the Master Yi, if he ends up facing up against the Azir, that is just a very, very winning matchup for Houses Are Big. I believe he actually played back-to-back Azirs, and he beat them both. So,
I just can't believe in the fact in general that we have
Alan, Aurelia is a tough match for anything because Aurelia is the best deck in format. So, I'm going to guess it's in the side. Oh yeah, could be. The 3-drop Rengar. Alan might clap versus
Meanwhile, Sam D. Sherman on the other side of the bracket
it's an interesting way to phrase it.
his way all the way to the finals, but we're gonna make the storyline means that.
Yeah, if I were to predict, I'll go with Alan beating Aurelia, even though I think that's a pretty decently tough matchup. Diana versus Sivir Aurora. This could really go either way. Give me Dwali. Yeah, give me Dwali. And then give me Sam D. Sherman. And then I'll go with House Are Big. And then we'll see what happens from there. I could be wrong about all 4. Honestly, I have no idea.
Oh, absolutely. To see a
Kuvar,
not
was
only
it Kuvar?
from just anyone, we're seeing from
yeah,
Sam D.
Dwali,
Sherman, who
he's
has
definitely one of the
actually
goats
already
for
won
sure.
on
I mean,
3 even before. Yeah, I was in Las
Guy
Vegas.
just went
I watched
completely
it happen,
undefeated.
and, to
Him
be
and Alan
honest with you,
on
it was
different
one of those
Diana
metas
lists.
where a lot of people expected Draven to do well. You had almost that miracle Draven, and with
It's really cool to see
and,
that
Sam D. Sherman said, no, I got my own
you
flavor
know,
on that.
the
I got my
spread
own take
of
on that. I think that
legends
this
in the
is
top
the
8.
best way to play Draven. I think that this is the best way.
You know, only
to play
2
Fury,
Aurelias and
and
2
that's exactly
Dianas.
what
Everything
you
else
saw
is unique.
on the screen
Only
here. We
1
got
Aurora as
Rocklow,
well.
and they are on Azir.
Absolutely love this take from Azir overall. Of course, we've
2
talked
main
about
deck
Vi all
salvage,
weekend being
interesting.
very strong.
Only 1
And
called a weak
we
main.
also have so many utility pieces here, from the Call the Weak, for instance, as a one-of, and On Guard as a one-of as well.
Yeah,
just
one
for
of
that
On Guard
extra
is
surprise
interesting.
factor as a whole.
You do see
Very standard on the
setup here
equipment
with
list.
The arena's greatest. It would have served
Very standard on the
Azir
battlefields.
and Rocklow very,
I like the
very
2
well throughout the
Vi's,
course
which
of
I believe
this
is standard at this point
we still
for
do have
Azir
potentially
lists.
some matchups with Dazzling Aurora upcoming, but in the
I
meantime,
really like the
here, it's
Elderwood
gonna be about
Azir
closing out these games quickly
altar,
and also
so
trying to manage
see
the
Azir's name.
aggression.
I would say
from
Ali
Sandy
would win
Sherman.
Kappa. Ali's a cool guy.
Absolutely. So notably,
I could see Ali
the
going all the
salvage
way
is going to be
in
a
this
little
tournament,
bit hard to
but
find anything for. But let's take a look closer
Aurora,
into the
I feel
Rengar
like,
list. First thing is we have
is kinda hit or
Determined
miss.
Sentry. This is a card that we
And
really
against the
haven't
control
seen
deck like
anyone take
Diana,
advantage of,
sometimes,
as you can't return it from
you know,
the base. So a lot of
you
players
get
say,
if you
"Ooh,
Starcross an
if I have
Elder
a
Dragon,
one-might
all of a
unit,
sudden
it's
they're
not
at
gonna be worth
like
it."
7
But
runes
Sam
after the
says, you
turn
know
they
what,
play
I
Aurora
can
on
actually
curve.
do a lot with this deck.
Can really
because
set
of
them
the
back.
Bright Stalker
Then they play
passive
Aurora
from
again.
Rengar, being able
They
to
go
give
down to 7
units
runes
an
again,
extra
or
might
maybe
for each
8
unit
because
that
the
you
Sivers
play
will have
each
gold.
turn. And then on top of that, we have the Emperor's Dais as well.
I don't know. I would
It's a
have to. I would
battlefield
need
that
Joel
is
to
key
join
into
in here
getting
to let us
extra
know
value for this Determined
what
Sentry.
And also that Determined Sentry
that
won't
matchup
just be
looks like.
stranded because you do
Speaking of
have
Joel,
the Grim
gonna check in
Apothecary as
on
well.
how his
The Grim
round
Apothecary
5
can be
went.
used to bring back that
He
Sentry if
lost
required.
2-1 to an Annie,
It's just
unfortunately.
one of the options here, but there is a card I do want to shout out here. It is
Here,
one of the best in the
won
new
his
set, and
round
that is
5
Thrill
2-0.
of the Hunt. If you're going to be playing Rengar, it's all about the
Elijah
3 of Thrill of the Hunt.
lost
This is an
2-0,
absolutely
unfortunately.
remarkable ability, one of the best of the
So
entire
not
set.
a great
It is one
round
to
for the
keep an eye on.
boys.
Absolutely a great signature spell overall. I just love all the interaction that we have in this deck as well, from in the form of
over yet?
Sabotage,
Oh,
for
what's
instance,
up, Tony?
is often seen to hit Aurora.
Did not
but
expect
it
to
can
see
hit
you in
so
here.
much more. It can hit gear, it can hit spells, it can stop removal against your board overall. So a really nice tech choice there.
There's two more things I
is.
want to highlight here,
Can I
one
just-
of which being 3 of Kaisa Survivor. We have seen Kaisa Survivor being a major
Trying to
contributor to the success of many of the
emojis
Fury
in the
decks this
chat.
weekend. For anyone that thought that
Thank you
Kaisa
for joining,
Survivor
Tanya.
was losing
Appreciate you.
relevance, you would be wrong.
So I have a
I
question
know
for you.
Riftbound
we
is not
have
really your thing, but
already a regional champion here against a 4-time Azir best of player. Who do you think is going to take this?
You're asking me a near impossible question. My heart tells me Azir, but my body, it's telling me Rengar, because I do think that honestly these decks are incredibly well designed. I love the punch first here as well. Double Sabotage, which we know can be remarkably
we were looking at this
effective
list earlier.
essentially not only getting information, but of course being
I would love to see the
incredibly
sideboard.
disruptive. I'm not
Really
entirely
interesting
sure if
that
we're ready to
the
see the matches, but I
3-drop
think we are
Rengar is
actually ready to
not
see the
in
matches.
here
So
at
let's go to
all.
it here. Let's get into
I mean, there's
the
so many
action
3-drop
as we
units.
get
I think there's,
started
what,
in this
11 or 12
quarterfinal
3-drop
match.
units? So I kind of
First,
understand.
Okay, we got the first
And here we
battlefield
go.
here. Round of 8, we have the playoffs. This is game 1. We have
12
Azir
turn 1.
versus Rengar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Yeah, 12 turn ones.
Waiting for the feed here, and we got, there's the fist bump. It's
I mean, you
all
don't really
Legends
want to
versus-
start the game
against
with
the
a
Emperor's
sentry,
Dais here.
with the 1-drop sentry, but if you have to, something you can do. Here we
All of
go.
Legends
Top
is gonna
8,
be an
boys.
extremely valuable battlefield for the Azir player, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to conquer, and once you actually activate your legend in order to generate the Sand Soldier, you're able to then conquer that,
I have
refresh
disappeared.
your legend, and then actually do it again, which is extremely valuable, generates a lot of momentum for you. And then, of course, we do have the Emperor's Dais. Now, the advantage of the Emperor's Dais is that you're able to conquer that battlefield and then bounce the unit back to your hand for a single rune, resulting in you leaving a Sand Soldier present. Ironically, both Rocklow and Sam D. Sherman
Need to
can
see him
take
drop 2
advantage
sentries
of
turn
the Emperor's Dais.
1 going first. That'd be
And something to note
incredible.
here is that
I
we
would
did
love
not
that.
find the equipment here for
Oh,
Rocklow,
here we go.
which is
There's a sentry.
Tough start overall.
2 units and
is,
2 might total.
Just no equipment so early. I also want to note that on that Hall of Legends, that for Bright Stalker,
Was that an
it
open
doesn't do
pass by
anything
the
for Rengar, so this
the
only
Azir?
benefits
That's a rough
Rocklow.
start.
Absolutely. Rengar is going to be a passive ability. Does not need to be exhausted at any point in time. We do have a Sand
Definitely going to
Soldier
see a
coming into
double
play
conquer
here
here.
as Sam D. Sherman takes over
I
the
would
turn.
assume
And
I
this
wonder if there's
determined
any
century is
shenanigans
exactly
to
what
be
we wanna
had
see
with
here from Sandy
the
Sherman, because we have
Fey Folk,
we were able to have
depending on
two
what is in hand. I see a
drops
punch
on
first and
the turn
Inferna, I
one,
believe.
being able to really put a lot of
Maybe
pressure on the
another
board,
Fey Folk.
expecting to get some early points here.
It's one of those situations as well. With
Oh
both
man, I
these
want to
players
be. I
knowing
want
that
to
the
make
lead up
top 8.
here
I want to be
is
playing
going
against
to,
some of the best players in the
probably
world
run
again.
through Dazzling Aurora, control decks, and etc. So they
It would be a really
designed
fun
their main
time
deck
to
be aggressive. They know what their decks are good at, and now you're in a position. Well,
be at
you
a
got
regional in
two
a few weeks.
aggro-centric decks
So
against
excited
one
that
another.
the
Sam D. Sherman's thinking out
9
their play
turn
here.
ones and doesn't hit.
Looks like we can see a punch
Yeah, that's
first
rough.
in hand. A great combat trick.
Really
in the
excited
future.
for the showdown
The Irresistible Fey Folk as well, incredibly
series.
disruptive. Not quite in this given situation.
Not sure about
in
you
this board
guys,
state.
but
it looks like
or
Determined
if you guys
Century
saw
is
that,
gonna go
but the
Emperor's Dais. Will we see the bounce with the Sand Soldier left? It looks like we will.
And a Sand Soldier.
Absolutely, just getting the Sand Soldier here, leaving 2 Mai on the board rather than leaving 1. And on top of that, we're able to replay this Century in the future whenever we want.
And an important consideration here is that the Emperor's Dais does say that you actually play a 2-Might Sand Soldier, and that play does trigger the Pride Stalker buff from Rengar, which does.
That's an interesting
improve the
interaction
might
with
of
the Emperor's
Irresistible Fey
Dais.
Folk, and we do see a second one come down as
That
well.
it counts as a play, so it's basically just a +1, and then you get your unit back and just continue building a
And
base.
the Inferno as well, so we'll go ahead and move in here with
wow,
the
this is
Irresistible
great.
Fey Folk. And with its
Just
ability,
pulling in
we're
with the
able
Fey
to
Folk
move
+3,
another
so it's
unit
a 3 into
so
a 4.
At 4 Might, we are able to conquer this and take care of the Sand Soldier as well.
It's like a bunny.
Such
charm
an
almost in
interesting
some
deck.
ways. It's a charming little. Is that a rabbit? I'm not sure.
I'm really glad that
Little
Rengar's
rabbit.
doing well because
Looks like something
it's one of the
Vandal
decks that
would,
I feel like
not
could
sure
be a
what
lot
it
of
is.
fun, could be
But
super like, fair.
also, look at this board from
It's a
Sandy
color
Sherman
combination
right
that's
now. I
kind of
feel like
suffered.
this is
You know,
exactly
Lucian
where
was
Rengar wants to be.
pretty
It
decent
has to
in
be a
set
comfort
2,
zone
but
for sure, especially
not the
with
best.
Azera missing that first equipment as well. It's going to have to
set
really battle to get
1.
back on this board.
What was
You
the
can see a
set 1?
BF
Oh,
sword
Volibear,
there. We do
not
see the
very good.
BF sword.
Dragons though, on
And
the
the
way
BF
soon.
sword is going to come down, and we are going to get the Sand Soldier with Weapon
It is a
Master
big Sand
equipped
Soldier,
with
but
that sword.
now we are
Passing
at
turn, double
4
points held here.
to 0.
And the BF sword
I
is
believe.
one of the stronger options here for Azera, just because it is usually a higher might unit, and with Pride Stalker.
I feel like Seat of Power for Sam D. Sherman could be a really good
We'll have to see what Sam D. Sherman
battlefield. I know he doesn't use it,
puts on the
but
board next.
he doesn't use Noxus Hopefuls either, which is kind of surprising. I feel like that combination in
Thinking
Rengar
of the
could
turn.
potentially be
They did get the whole
fairly
points
strong.
there.
This is
I mean,
fine.
you drop a Sentry into a Noxus Hopeful going
Just double
second,
checking
and
that
then
might
double
there,
conquer
5
on
with the BF sword. Perhaps
on
those
turn
side
2.
Can't bring these back if
He's in a
needed.
very commanding
That
position
BF
at this
sword
point.
does provide a lot
Only
of
2
utility
equipment on the other
throughout
side, but
the
it is a
game.
Brutalizer and a BF sword,
It's
so
an
there is
initial high
some
cost, but
some
with every
definite
Sand
might
Soldier,
there.
You're able to get a lot of value from the might being generated there.
If he's capable of playing a few units here and trading his
You
Faithful,
could consider returning. Yep. I was gonna say
he
the
could also
Irresistible
play his
Fey Folk is
Rengar
returned.
and then move a Faithful, the readied Faithful
Sand
into
Soldier
a
could
battlefield.
as well.
And
So
then
you pulled that
could,
Sand Soldier
yeah,
in,
That's absolutely true.
and even with an
We
Unguard,
do know we have the
you
determined
would still
Sentry in board.
be able to
However,
trade.
getting all these Pride Stalker buffs isn't going to do all that much until we want to attack in again.
And we're bringing in the Sand
So-
Soldier with the
and that's
other
exactly
one,
what
and
he's
we
gonna
are
do.
going to have the Rengar come in from the champion zone, and that is going to take out
He's
the
gonna
Sand
trade
Soldier.
with
Sam D.
the
Sherman is taking control of the board
Faithful.
state here, and it is going to be the Rengar that gets the Pride
And
Stalker
at this
buff.
point, there's just not much
Sand
that I
Soldier comes
see
back. It's notable that the Emperor's Dais cannot be used on this turn.
P
because
Azir
you
doing.
held it,
Maybe an
you have to
Arise
conquer
coming
to
through
get these
could
And something that's really
Could,
interesting to see here is, although
do something,
we are playing an
but
aggressive deck on Sam D. Sherman's side, we're essentially
not
playing as an
100%.
aggressive control deck. It's very token-esque.
we're
which
not very
I
confident
love these
that
type of
he
style
can
decks
come back
because
at this
you have
rate.
so much flexibility and utility.
Extremely
And
behind.
just getting that little bit of extra might, moving units in, and we're seeing how tough it is to be in Rocklow's spot now.
I like the thought that Sam is giving to this play here. You could play the determined sentry down, but that one might unit, that one cost one might unit, could be valuable to apply a might increase using the Pride Stalker buff in the next turn, right? Because you can play it down, start buffing up your units, and then perhaps push into a battlefield. So he's trying to determine whether or not playing it is the correct call, and it looks like he is going to play it down and pass turn.
Interesting that he moves in
Wondering
the
what
Sentry
we are
here.
looking to play this determined
Sand Soldier
sentry
2, 5,
along with the Rengar.
8.
Of course, we have to we're getting to that 7
Not
might, so it looks
sure
like if we're
where the
thinking
math was on that.
potentially an Arise here. If there's something.
There's an Arise in hand.
An Arise would
But you
mean
might
it's
get a little more value. I mean, you're not in desperation.
7, I guess,
You
could trade
consider
with.
trying to play out the equipment still. You might be able to actually play equipment and Arise.
That would definitely be ideal
Might have
here.
been
Maybe there's something I'm
Soul
missing.
Shore,
I'm not a
absolutely.
Rengar player, so could easily be something I'm missing.
There it is.
As far
then
as
you
why
Arise.
he
Yep.
moved that sentry in, I'm sure he didn't get this far,
That's going to be the most
you know,
high value
wasting his
play.
units or
You
playing
even
badly.
have one up if you want to send another Sand Soldier down as well.
Yep, in Arise, we're going to be playing two Sand Soldier units for each equipment that we have, 2 mites, and then we ready 2 of them.
And they do have Weapon Master as well. And that Brutalizer is going to give them an additional buff if equipped for this turn only.
I think which one to ready, okay?
So he said he is thinking which ones he wants to ready here. Big decision overall.
Huge spot in the match. In this game.
That Sand Soldier with a BF Sword and a Brutalizer is going to come in.
That's going to be an 8
Yep,
might
coming
Sand
in for
Soldier.
a 9 might here.
Oh, yeah, just go
Punch
next.
first. Plus 5 might.
Just go next.
It's on the Rengar. That's enough to hold that battlefield.
So one of the ways that you counter
Yeah,
punch first
I think
is
this
by just
game
sitting
is
a little
over.
bit more might than your opponent, just like what
I
we
mean,
just
you
saw.
might as well play it out
So
at
this
this
is a very
point
well-calculated move by Rocklow.
because there's no time limit in top 8, but
Another Sand Soldier comes down here, fully exhausted.
this is a
The
rough one.
equipment's there.
Thinking.
Now, he is down to 4 runes only on 70 Sherman's side, and I think he only has, what, 2 cards in hand?
Always on the table.
Guards as well.
So there is the
I'm really
possibility
interested to see
of
the way that Sandy Sherman decides to navigate this.
a comeback,
Still has a lot of
but that punch
options on the
first
table as a whole.
felt
He did find some
fairly
farming
debilitating,
rooms
if
there,
I'm
which
being
can be very
completely
helpful.
honest.
Rocklow is
We need one more
behind
sub
here,
to reach our goal.
but still not out. We
for
have
the
all that
weekend.
equipment. Another Arise completely
So-
changes the board state. Punch first was utilized to repel that initial
Would love if
attack.
we can
I'm sure
get
Rocklow
one
would
more.
have liked to have taken that battlefield, taken out that Rengar.
And we do also have Azir still a possibility in the future as well.
Somebody have a second account,
That is your sovereign.
That
He's a
wants to,
fantastic legend for trying to
you know,
close out the game.
get
but
us
from
to our
one
goal.
point,
Appreciate it.
might not be the right time. Rocklow doesn't look too phased though.
Doesn't look too phased at all. So the question becomes for Sam, do we want to contest this Emperor's Dais or not?
Inferno comes in. We're going to reveal there. And
Guards.
it is going to be Guards.
Pull the Brutalizer, I'm assuming.
So Guards is going to play a Sand Soldier.
It's going to be a 5 might Sand Soldier.
You see that Weapon Master applied.
Thinking
Nope,
we were
and
going to have a
Inferno coming in
Grim
here for
Apothecary
3 might
coming down.
isn't quite able to overtake this yet. Sam has to decide if there is something else he wants to add to this battlefield as well.
Which would potentially just bring this Inferno
Also
back to
notable
hand.
is that it is a Brutalizer that was attached.
No,
Very
no,
important as
potentially
well.
Sam
Some
thinking this through.
different
Does have
route
available
he's going to
runes.
go.
You have 7, and I have 3. Yes.
7-3 as they stated.
And
Oh, it's a Nidalee.
So this is going to come in, ambushing.
Nidalee going to come
If
in,
this is
gives the Inferno
successful
+1,
in
so now
winning
you
this
have 8
combat,
to
it will
7.
draw a card.
He will kill the Nidalee, so he doesn't
It's
get the
not
draw.
successful in winning the combat. Well, the combat's won, but it has to survive in order to get that draw.
He can then play the Sand
And we
Soldier,
could potentially see Emperor's Dais being used here. Has to decide.
Sand Soldier.
Yep.
Yep, there it is. And again, an Inferno coming back to hand is a great option.
He can give the
And we go to
Faithful
6.
+1.
And with this irresistible Faithfolk is going to target another Sand Soldier moving this. So we go ahead and kill the one with the sword, and the Rengar is able to take that down while retreating back as well.
Replays Inferno.
Very well played by Sam D. Sherman,
I mean,
showcasing why they are a former
he's really
regional winner in Las Vegas.
Good call by the commentator. He's really showcasing how he got here. The fact that he is controlling the board state the way he is, controlling his hand, bouncing things back with this Emperor's Dais battlefield. It's very fascinating. I like this deck a lot. Actually, this is really fun. Something cool to see. Somebody that came up with their own style of play and obviously finding great success with it. It's very hard to play around too, because it's a lot of units being played. You can't really play around units as much as you can gear or equipment or, you know, spells. So those triple defies on the side of Azir aren't going to do as much in this matchup. Might consider siding out one of those, or maybe even two.
Realistically, Rockland will be able to clear that Sand Soldier, but there is a lot
they
of might
are good against Throw the Hunt, but
conquer.
pretty much it.
You do get the additional might reach from the Pride Stalker. Depending on how many cards are in Sam's hand, you can buff up those cards as you play cards down at the base, and then utilize that push with the additional might. Also noting that Inferno does have Assault, so it can reach a little higher than perhaps may look like on the board state now.
Yep. Fade to ready. Yep.
And does go ahead and pay for that Hall Legends to re-ready the Emperor of Sands.
We have a hidden card play to try to hold down one of the battlefields, to try to discourage Sam from taking that there. Good chance you're going to hold.
So he's going to hold to 7.
Okay. Hold to 7. Yes.
What hidden card plus card in hand could potentially save?
A Sand Soldier as well as Inferno. There is a hidden card in the way, so has to calculate their might very carefully here.
Hidden Blade always a potential option.
And
unlikely, yeah, likely and unlikely that Rocket
we
would
could
want
see
to
like
use
a
Hidden Blade like on his own token naturally. So you'd expect
another guards to pull a
Sam, it might give
fertilizer.
Sam
could
too.
have a
ambushed,
death
so
grip
it's not the end of the
or
world if he does see 2
hidden
additional
blade.
Yep, has 3 cards to work with here. With units can add
It's open deck list in top 8,
so
you know what hidden cards he has. This is something that he definitely should have taken a mental note of, and a player of his caliber, I would assume, did. So, you know there's only a handful of options, maybe 1, 2 to 3 options between guards, hidden blade, and whatever else.
Back off.
Could even maybe
Does he main deck back off? I didn't see the deck list.
Something cheeky like I don't know, you play
Oh, I didn't look at it either. I'm just saying most Azias were running like 1 or 2 back offs.
Oh, yes, it's true. You know, obviously, like I said, it's open deck list at this point, so Sam will know whether there's a back off or a face breaker or something, you know, random in there.
I saw Grim Apothecary. That's not quite what we're looking for here.
Does have ambush, though.
Does have ambush. That's 3 extra might.
It's 4 extra might, actually. It's a Rhaegar legend ability.
Okay, he is not running back off. I scrolled back to look at the deck list.
Okay. So it's just Hidden Blade or guards, basically.
Yep.
You could even consider
So
trying to bait out
Sam will know that.
Card and then reacting with the Grim Apothecary and perhaps pulling that card to hand.
I think you just send everything in. If it's a Hidden Blade, you can ambush the Grim Apothecary to save the Rengar, which he's going to Hidden Blade. Or you could just draw the 2 cards and then still drop the Grim, not return anything to hand. And just get over with 7 into 6. Not sure what the other cards in hand are, but looks like a Kinku Initiate. Could consider playing that to see an extra card. Maybe you draw into a punch first, and well, this is for naught, because you could just go in with punch first once he taps out to use something in order to equalize your already heavier might, which I think is the route that he's going to go. Yep. Let's do Kinku Initiate.
That's the Initiate. We do have more than 5 might available. It's going to be a drawn card.
+1 to the Sand Soldier, so now you equalize that and the
More
Inferno on
options.
attack, 3 each.
Also putting that might on the Sand Soldier from the Initiate, which is might be a way that we see this Sand Soldier sent in to potentially, well, along with other units, of course, to potentially try to break this hold. But diversifying the might
Definitely
here is
understand
really
him
important
wanting
because we need
to
play
sit
around
and
hidden
think
blade
this
if we were
out.
to go for that.
And one of the challenges
Sends
they're
everything
trying to
in.
hold is there
Let's
are
see what the hidden
brutalizers
is.
on the other side.
It is a
If you
hidden
have
blade on the
blade, it's gonna
Rengar.
target the Rengar. Do we see a reaction here?
I think you just draw the 2 cards here.
Potentially Grim Apothecary potentially says, actually, I would like to draw these cards as well.
Yes.
He's drawing cards.
So now it is 6 into 6.
Okay,
Let's
so
see
this
if these
is
will help us out.
6 to 6. Yes.
Now I think you drop the
Grim
Grim.
Apothecary does not have to bounce a unit back. It may.
You
bounce
could
a unit
consider
back.
bouncing the Kinku Initiate, but I think having that unit in base is probably just better at this
There's
point,
still
unless your hand is
2 up
completely
here
dead.
for Rocklow, and we
We
are
could
running
see
on
another
guard in the
hidden
deck.
blade come
We don't know the
through
hand for sure, but on guard
on
could
whatever
be a
unit
big
goes
piece
to
here
4.
if Sam decides to throw the ambush units out.
So Grim Apothecary does come down. It is going to do the Pride Stalker buff. An additional might's being applied. Who does it go on?
So you buff the
It's gonna
Inferno,
go on Inferno.
and he does have another hidden blade.
Hidden blade.
you
on
hidden
the
blade the
Inferno. 2
Inferno.
cards drawn.
Yes.
Draw 2 more, and then you trade.
Now here's where a determined sentry could be potentially interesting.
Unless
no,
you
it can't be
have-
played during the showdown, so you need an ambush, and it
Yep.
is just going to be a straight up trade.
Yes, and now we'll be
So
able to
staying
read
alive
these in the
on
future
the
here
side
as
of the
well.
Azir,
So
double
Sam
hidden
Sherman
blade,
deciding
but
that I need
now you're
read
going to be
these guys because I
seeing
have to go
Sam
for a
just
double
completely
conquer now. The
reload
hold is no
his
longer an
hand.
option.
0 yellow runes from the side of Rocklow left. If you're not
Rocklow
playing
could
a Rise
potentially start
here,
to climb back,
then
but you need an Arise.
kinda
It looks
rough.
like we're going next. Yeah, that's
Yep,
the door
we're going
shield.
game
I think
2.
that was top decked as well. That's not going to be enough at all.
Yep.
Going to the second game. First game taken by Sam.
all
D.
right,
Sherman.
wow, Rengar one
Yeah,
game
once
away
again,
from
Azir not really finding
top
that early
4.
equipment, found it a little bit too late.
A
So we'll have to see what
former
Rocklow is able to
champion,
do to try to clinch the second game.
I think one of the key moments there.
and
so
Sam D.
there,
Sherman.
one of
These
the key
guys are going
moments
to take a
there as
bit
well was
to
I think Rocklow committed a lot of
do
resources
their,
in that punch first exchange. Punch first just kind of
do
really
their,
took the wind out of Rocklow's sails.
And this time we do find that Doran Shield
What am I even
able
thinking?
to get the
What-
Sand
what was I
Soldier
gonna
out
say,
right
Tony?
away.
It's a good first turn. That's exactly what Rocklow wants to do. This is an arena's greatest game, so we do start with the 1 point from each. It looks like both have declared that point.
It's so hard, like,
That
if
does
I
not
put
make
like
it
this,
easier to
you know,
see,
like, because some people want to see the might, some want to see this. It's like,
Side deck.
I can't hold it like this
That's
if you
the
want.
Yeah, I hear. This is what I usually do, so you can see the art and the fight.
But
Gotta
that's
see
hard
the
to
art.
move.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, Star Spring is a very important battlefield here. How do you think Rengar can use that to maximum effectiveness?
Well, the big thing is it also kind of adds ganking to units, and we have very cheap units that we can play that can move them very easily. We have the Kinko Initiate coming out, not drawing us any cards this time as we don't have any mighty units. However, it is a nice turn 1 play.
Okay, I'm
Going
going to step away for
second.
half a second while they're side decking. And
We do
we'll-
have the Guardian Angel coming
Oh.
out here, Sand Soldier as well.
Did they already start?
Rocklow choosing
Am I
not to
drunk?
go into a battlefield here.
Are we already in game 2?
So this
Okay.
Guardian Angel is on the sideboard, so this was
Very
one of the
interesting.
sideboarded cards in.
Sideboarding in a Guardian Angel makes sense
A much
to
better start
me,
for
especially
Rocklow
with
here,
the
a lot more in the comfort zone.
control that
Also
Sam
seeing what
was
Sam D. Sherman's hand looks
showing
like,
off
there
with
could be a
the
big difference of
Fae
aren't
folks.
likely going to be playing the Rengar anytime soon. Looks like unless we just don't have cards available to us. We see Nidalee in hand there
Opening
for
with
us.
just a Kinku Initiate does
we have
not
Noxon as
feel
well. That's
very
actually a
good.
big deal.
Action
Probably a little
feels
bit too
great, but
much
you
of
don't
an
really want
additional cost to pay right now,
to.
That two,
You don't
two
really
powers
want
is a significant
to
price to pay.
steal either GA
Yes,
or
but I
a
bet it will
shield.
come into play
Oh, it is
later.
just an
Oh,
He
option.
is
And
gonna
he's paying it.
choose to
now.
steal.
Guardian Angel being stolen.
He's gonna steal GA.
Now, Akshan's also fantastic for the BF sword as well.
And we,
Guardian Angel's a good hit.
we did see the Star Spring trigger as
I mean,
well.
it's not
so
the worst thing
Kinko
ever
Initiate
because-
is back to base.
No Sentry in hand game 2. Yeah, not having Sentry,
Still
not
in
having
Guardian
Fae
Angel is-
Folk.
I mean, outside of Aurora, of course, one of the prime
especially the
targets
Fae
is
Folk.
Guardian
Actually, is
Angel.
that a
It's so
Sentry
good
right
into
there?
Irelia,
On the
it's
left
really
of
good
his hand?
into Azir
The
here
far
as
left?
well.
Not having a Fey Folk is really the issue. Fey Folk is like
Do you think this
really
option will
the
die this
card
game?
in this deck.
It's
That
it's
and
hard to say.
the
The thing is, as
Champion
well, is
Ranger
that,
unit are
Rocco had
just
a
so strong.
fantastic start, even with this this brutalizer. This is a strong start, but Sam D. Sherman with that Akshan has definitely taken control back. But Rocklo's not out, and also de-ramping 2 power is significant here.
This is going to be a 6
For
into
Sandy
a
Sherman.
5. Going
Big
to
swing
kill
in.
the GA,
That's going to be enough.
which is his own GA.
Well, Akshan did die this turn, kind of,
Kind
not
of.
exactly.
It's kind of sad that Rocklo does not get the equipment. He gets the equipment back, but it's in his trash.
Create a Sand Soldier.
Sand Soldier does come out as well.
You're at 2, so no reason to conquer the arena's greatest.
Trying to get a peek into the hand now, but he's
There is a
moving this
called a
card
He's
really
weaken
going
hand.
fast.
there.
There's a Discipline.
Thought I saw discipline in there as well.
Discipline actually
Lots
in
of
hand.
combat tricks will help a lot.
Chat
in this
working now?
matchup for
Was the chat not
sure.
working
There's
earlier?
so much might available as we see these cards
bad.
come down.
So that Sand
I don't know
Soldier
how
now
to-
sits at 4
I think this
might.
is your Rock and Metal card.
We see a punch
Yes,
first
that
in
looks like
hand
a
for
Metal
Sam.
Azir. Or Best of Azir, potentially.
We've seen a lot of D-ramps from Sam already,
I
but
don't
at
know.
the same time,
Either way, looks nice.
it's been very effective. We have Inferno,
Inferno
being
comes
played
back down.
to the base.
+1 going
Pride Stalker buff
to
being considered here. It's
Action.
given to the Akshan. Comes on in.
5
It's
to
5.
4. Discipline.
Discipline. +2 might. Draw 1.
Probably going to ambush in the Nidalee here.
So we're at 6 might now. 6 versus 5.
Might be looking to use the punch first here potentially.
Grim Apothecary perhaps.
That also works.
Definitely not the punch first.
And also you have the
it's
Pride
going
Stalker
to,
buff.
Bounce itself and send Akshan back to base.
Yes.
And give +1 here.
Oh, very interesting play there.
So a great
Interesting.
play here is that
Okay.
with the Grim Apothecary did bounce itself. Starspring was also triggered, so we moved back the Akshan
Huh.
here. So it was able to save all of his units, and that's a great reason why Grim Apothecary has been
Grim
so great
Apothecary
in
targeting
Unleash.
itself is
That was
not
an
a play that
absolutely
I've
phenomenal
seen
play
before.
by Sam D. Sherman.
I guess
Very
he
well
just,
practiced
didn't
with
want
both
to
the
trade there. He
battlefield
gets the
and, of
resource
course,
of the
the units
Discipline,
being
but
played.
obviously Discipline being the broken-ass card that it is,
Turn
replaces
switch
itself.
over to Rocklo.
Yes.
Holds the 3 here for Rocklo.
This game
Probably
so
is
far
going to
much
conquer
better
4.
for Rocklo. The equipment present does
As
give
I was
him
about to
a little
say,
bit
yeah,
of
this
optionality.
game looks like
Let's
it's
see
a
what he
lot better
draws.
off.
A lot of runes available this turn. If we can get some good equipment now,
Yeah,
and
I guess
start
let me
really
read
buffing up
Grim
these Sand
Apothecary. I
Soldiers,
guess
potentially setting up for an Arise in the future. It looks like we have a Guardian Angel in hand.
when you
ready
play
for
me,
the
you may
future.
return a friendly unit, not in another friendly unit.
Considering moving a Sand
So,
Soldier
yeah.
in to start a showdown.
Same thing as like
Yeah, maybe looking at contesting
set
this Kinko Initiate.
Kingpin
Sam is tapped out
for each
so
buffed
that's very
friendly unit,
important to
not
note
other
that this
friendly
should
unit.
just be a conquer.
That's why he
ready
sees
to
himself.
go.
That's why when he gets buffed, he
One of the
goes
Sand
from
Soldiers down.
5
Go to
might
4.
to 7.
The thing is, though, is you
kinda
cannot
dumb,
count
but
out Rengar
headphones
and
are fine.
leaving units in
But
the
it is,
battlefield.
very
You're
much
just
a
staring at that
thing.
champion zone. You're thinking, well, the trophy hunter might come hunting.
Another
Absolutely.
GA.
And we will see
A
Azir
Sun
come out here
Soldier.
with that Guardian Angel once again. We do know that Sam is running multiple Akshan, so it'd be interesting to see if we have another stolen Guardian Angel as it was a prime target. It is not being equipped here, though.
Now, with the Guardian Angel, it is a sideboarded card. We're not sure how many have been sideboarded in. It is often
It does
held
include itself.
for
Yeah,
the
no,
Azir
I was just
Sovereign.
reading that it.
So that being
the
potentially
wording.
the last one, or
It's just
the,
interesting that you
like,
can
well, perhaps not in his hand. I didn't
you
see
know,
another one in hand. One of the reasons why he may
you
not have attached
play
it
it
is because
and
he
then
does want to
bounce
save
it
it for the Azir
from
Sovereign, which
itself.
might be
So
a play he's
it's basically just
considering
a
in the near future.
3-cost +1 in this Rengar build.
Still with 4 runes up here. Taking a good look at this board. Both of these decks do want to be fairly aggressive overall. Of course, Sam kind of played that more reactive in some ways. It was like a proactive, reactive in
Plays
some
out the
ways. with those
Azir.
Ears
Could
as
we
full Fey folks.
see an
Doesn't
Arise
have that
coming in the
option
next
this time. So it doesn't have
turn or
those
two?
control tools the same way that we saw before.
The
We
board
do
is
see
just
the
looking
Azir
super
Sovereign
favored
come
for
out,
the
but
Azir. I
it
think
is
we're going to be
not
going to a
equipped,
game
and we are
3,
tapped
but
out.
you
Sam
never know.
is running into reactions such as Challenge in the deck, so we could see this Azir
I was going to say,
potentially get killed. We'll see what happens.
It's very
I would
notable
probably
the fact
equip
that
the
Azir
GA to
Sovereign
the
can
Azir just to
also
play it
be
safe.
accelerated, which is absolutely huge. It looks like he's considering doing the attachment of the Guardian Angel here.
I think this is a no-brainer. I
Yeah,
think
so
you
these
have to
players
attach
do
the
have
Guardian Angel
access to
here.
each other's deck list at this point. So they got to look it over. They don't get a look at it right now, but does know that challenge could potentially be in the hand.
Like this play a lot for Rocklo. You need to protect that as your sovereign. It is one of your
Gotta
win
throw the
conditions, one
hunt,
of the ways that you can
Grim
take two
Apothecary,
battlefields in
and
the later stages of
punch
the game.
first, a Nidalee,
It looks like
and
we
a
do see
Kaisa
Thrill the Hunt
in hand,
there
I believe.
in the hand
I believe
as
that's
well.
the full hand
So
of
we
Sam
could
right now.
potentially blink one of these
No
units,
real
including our
comeback
Akshan.
mechanics, other than maybe the
And
throw
just
of the
like we
hunt for
said
the
prior
action.
For Sam, this is now a turn where Rocklo is completely out of runes, unable to respond.
Or he can Grim the
You're
action.
a little vulnerable in these situations in Riftbound.
Yeah, but that's really
Especially
expensive.
when you're a deck
And
with
he's already at
Calm in it,
4 with
you're so
other
used to being able
units.
to defy
That would be his
play
entire turn,
on
basically.
guard
Grim Apothecary,
or
bounce
play
the action,
discipline. You usually
play
have so
the
many
action,
different
recycle
options,
2.
and right now they're just
So
not
that'd be
going to
fairly
be there.
expensive.
So Sam, if he's able to figure out a way to deal with this board, could become in a dominant spot.
It could be a good play.
One of the challenges with
You know,
Defy
I'm not
as
saying it's
well
a
is
bad play. That for
unfortunately, it
sure
will not
is
stop
strong
something like
to
a punch
steal
first
yet
given its
another
power
GA,
cost.
but
That might be something that Rocklo's been thinking about. But you are right. Usually, as a comp player, like
I'm
you're
trying to see how
prepared
he comes
to
back in the game.
make plays and
You know,
react
how does he
to
actually
the board situation. We saw it with the disciplined
turn
fire, one of the best
that
reactions
corner
of the game.
to
But here, he just has to
be
sit
ahead
and watch.
in-
And I'll be
in
honest with
kind
you,
of curve.
you might look at that Sand Soldier and think to yourself, who cares if a Sand Soldier goes down? But with that as your sovereign, those Sand Soldiers really do make a
I will
difference.
be
'cause you're
right
able to
back, guys. Please don't
reposition
go
them
anywhere.
and make
I'll be back
bigger
in just
pushes
60
in terms of their
seconds.
might.
Yeah, I wonder if we're considering trying to push points here with the Inferna. We could technically play Thrill the Hunt on it and then go over to the other battlefield, but that's pretty expensive for that point. There's usually going to be better uses of it, but we do have aggressive lines that we could take into development. I'm really interested to see the way that Sam decides to navigate this, and we could actually do it with the Akshan too, where we just blink the Akshan and take the Guardian Angel as well.
We are in top 8. These players do need to take their time to ensure that they're making the most optimum plays they can. It looks like Akshan going into the Sand Soldier and Inferna into Star Spring. That's going to be a 2 points scored, bringing Sandy Sherman to 5.
And playing that pretty quickly there because Rocklo is tapped out. Both players understand there is no reaction window. They've played the game enough where they can just play like normal. Grim Apothecary coming out to save this Inferna. Akshan will be left, and we do have enough for Thrill of the Hunt, which I would be unsurprised if that's what the plan is here. Playing it reactively rather than proactively is definitely a better way to go about it. We do see Ash come out, and Sam does have an option to play any reactions here, including that potential Thrill of the Hunt.
That Ash is a great card. It gives a ton of information. Looks like we're going to be having a Thrill of the Hunt being played. That window being utilized to Thrill the Hunt Akshan. Going to move on over.
Pay the 2 orange and steal the Guardian Angel.
And Guardian Angel being stolen once again.
I get a +1. I'll put it on Akshan.
And why can't you play it there?
Thrill the Hunt plays to any battlefield.
As our players are discussing, indeed, Thrill the Hunt can be played at any battlefield.
First your Ash thing.
Okay, thanks for everybody sticking around. What did I miss? Okay, so he did Grim Action Steal.
I'm good for that.
Or did he play Throw the Hunt?
And we finally do get to take a look at that.
Oh,
hand.
he's
We
2
see
up.
the
So he
Nidalee,
Throw
we
the
see
Hunt, the
punch
Action.
first. We know about the Inferno from earlier.
Recycles
and of course, there
2,
is a
steals
Kaisa Survivor in there as
the
well.
GA.
That Kaisa Survivor as an accelerate card could be useful.
Then he played
as looks
Grim
close
to
out
bounce back his
final
Inferno.
points for the game.
Interesting.
And once again, we love the play of the Thrill the Hunt onto the Akshan. Part of the reason because I pointed it out beforehand, but also
It's a really exciting match.
and
Man, I love
taking the Guardian Angel away
Both.
from the Azir, of course,
Both
you said
what?
that was the main thing that
Christian,
you want to hit with Guardian
shout out to
Angel.
you. Thank you for
And
being so
like
vocal
I
in the
said,
chat.
having that reaction window to be able
For
to
both
play
streams,
the Thrill beforehand
so I
is
owe you a pack.
fantastic. So we have to decide though, what do we want to take as Rocklo? Because Nidalee offers card draw, Kaisa offers card draw potentially. The Inferna's definitely the lowest value. Punch first though, also very high value overall. This is a tough decision. Personally, I'd be looking to eliminate card draw in one way or the other, and that would be in the form of the Kaisa or the Nidalee. Of course, the Nidalee with the ambush does make her very easy to play in for only 3 energy, but does cost 1 power.
It looks like Inferno has been chosen. It's been banished.
Then
So the reason why you might pick Inferno here is because it is a low energy unit. It does really work well with Pride Stalker, for instance. So I could see that's why we decided to manage the Inferno.
I do see that Rocklow is identifying.
Okay,
that
so he gets rid
want
of
Sandy
Inferno.
Sherman to be getting to 6 points going into that next turn.
Off the
Does
Ash.
commit a lot of resources.
Ash, I
and
feel
now
like, is a
Sam's
very good
hand is now
sideboard
2
card.
cards larger.
To play into this Rengar. All of the ambush units and the tricks that they can play out of hand. Obviously, you want to avoid running into a strong punch first as well.
5 here. A very close game, going to 6.
Going to
once
6,
again.
staying on those
Sam's gonna
even
have to have a big turn here to make sure that we are
ways.
able
He
to
only has
clear
2
these
equipment on board though,
battlefields.
so even in a Rise and then like a Zero play is not like the scariest thing of all time.
For Sam D. Sherman. That can be played
Yeah, we
directly
can
through either of the
see
battlefields if chosen.
And make sure we don't forget about this Ash down here. Azir and Ash, I guess they don't really like each other that much because they're staying really far away from each other.
I guess you could see the Rengar coming down onto Starspring.
Really far from each other here.
And then Akshan going to Arena's Greatest. And then you obviously have the punch first in hand. You'll have 1 rune up.
Drawn, but it is not going to be, there's no way to ready it here.
Not sure
it has done so much work
why. I mean, I understand that Inferno is a strong card, but I think I would have grabbed that punch first if I was
Ash
him.
is like literally in the champion zone there, almost.
Not quite.
Sam D. Sherman carefully considering this play.
Thrill doesn't get a point. I think he did get a point for when he thrilled to play the action.
The big thing is there's not a lot of reactive
played
tools. I
Ash
think
and
that's another
Thrill.
reason
I
why
hold you to
Rocklow
that.
decided to take out that
Yeah, well,
Inferno.
once you're feeling better,
we
I'll
have
get you back.
Nimby as an ambush, of
You,
course,
Tony, and
but
Saf
we
all
don't
deserve
have-
one.
We have a lot of units that aren't really reactive. We don't really
But
have
I
these
do
spells
appreciate
that we'd look for that
everyone
are
that's in
reactive.
here.
Yes.
One of the
we are
challenges
still
here
one
too is,
short
of course,
of
this
the
turn looks
goal
very
that I had
different
for
had
subscribers
he scored that 6th point on the last
by
turn.
the end of the regional. So we have time.
Exactly. And we can contest this battlefield with Rengar.
Rengar's going to come in. They're going to score 2 points here. We only did have 1 rune up from Rocklow. Grim Apothecary played down. Looks like it's more of a hold formation here. Going to have to clear both in this given circumstance. Holding will result in the win. And Sam would move on.
So
this is a critical turn here.
Oh.
Absolutely.
What is
so
HB?
going for a hold on either one
All I
wins
can think
this
about is
game.
hard bargain.
We have lots of equipment available, so we can look at cascading equipment potentially. That's often a common thing that we see in these lists.
Hidden Blade.
I don't
Duh.
think we
Oh my
have
gosh.
a Rise in hand.
I can't see it in the chat by the time you said that too.
Yeah.
So
But you do have the
I'm not
Soul
that
Sword
bad.
here. You're going to be able to generate a token, and then
Okay, so we
Azir
hit a blade
can
for that.
utilize
Got
that
it,
token
got it, got
despite
it.
the fact that it will come in exhausted.
yeah, now I see the chat pop up that it says Hidden Blade.
So you have a little more reach than maybe it looks like here. You can also attach the Brutalizer to
So he only has
that
8
token
might.
being generated.
He does have Cold a Week. He does have
Thanks for Weapon Master.
Sacrifice.
We did recycle runes ready to use
you
this
only have
equipment.
2 floating, right?
I have 3. 2 floating?
Yeah.
I have 3 power floating.
Yes, 3 power floating there to use this equipment in the future.
Where are the dice? Can we break out the dice?
This is a do or die moment here for Rocklow.
Yes, must take care of both of these battlefields.
Now against body, we do see 1 rune up on Sam D. Sherman. You know what that means though, right?
Oh, punch first all day.
You know punch first is available here. And this is really fascinating. If Sam holds, he wins. If Rocklow clears,
Wow, this is a game that I did not think Sam would be able to come back
not
in,
if he
but
clears, he has to actually conquer
this is
this.
pretty
That's what I meant by
close.
clear, yeah.
This is
You're
pretty
using
close.
more precise language, my apologies.
I think
But yeah, like, this
the
is actually
line
a
would have to
very,
be
very
equip
intense turn.
Ash with
I encourage both
everything.
these guys to take their time on their decision making.
Send it into
Yeah, I'll give everything to Ash.
Okay, and that's
7,
There we go.
9.
9 into 7.
9 might on the board to the 7.
Does he
here.
have a
I press
death
fire.
grip in hand?
Cryo passed. If you're going to punch first, now's the time.
Yeah, I think you need to punch first now in case of death grip, because if he death grips onto
Or
the
he needs to
Azir now,
hold
he can't
one of
conquer
these
both battlefields.
So it's a really crucial decision here
So
of
I
which
think you
one
need
do
to
you want
punch first on the first battlefield
As I
for that
mentioned prior,
reason.
though, that is your sovereign with a
However,
generated could show
because that plays
more
around
power
death
than
grip,
perhaps expected on that Rengar. So we'll have to see what Sam
it also
decides.
plays around Call the Week. you cannot allow the Sash to just conquer. You have to punch first now.
It is really tough to say because you don't.
And he
want
does have the
to
Call the Weak in
make this
hand, so if he
equipment
conquers
go
here, he
back
Call the
on
Weaks,
PvE's
Rengar
turn.
dies,
So
and
might
you
consider
send in the Azir
giving
to Star
up
Spring
this
and win.
battlefield for that
Now,
reason.
Sam might have seen that
But
there was only one Call the Week
it is so
in
close. I can see why we're
the
taking so much
main
time for
deck.
this.
I don't know if there's any in the side
Absolutely
deck,
a critical
but
decision here for
there's
Sam.
only one Call the Week in the
On
main
this
deck.
turn here, you're right though, because if that equipment
So,
gets sent back to the base,
yeah, we'll see what
you
happens.
can just pay all the power you want, re-equip it all. If you're able to close out the game, the cost doesn't really matter. And it might just be enough to send you above that Rengar on the other side as well, but we'll have to see.
You have to punch first now. Nope, that is a mistake, and we're going to game 3.
Here. I think saying I don't want you to get the equipment back. However, of course, there is a
Call the week. Azir
Yeah,
goes in,
yeah.
gets
I think
that
that's a
8 point,
huge mistake,
and
honestly.
Rocklo does make the
I'm
miraculous
not
comeback
sure
here to tie
why
this
he would not do that
series
there.
up. Absolutely
The only thing that
unbelievable. That was
Rocklo
such
could
a
have is
tremendously close
maybe
game. We go to game 3.
So something
is
to note
maybe
is
a
Call the Week was something that was going to be really hard to play around. Was kind of forked there. It's really easy to say like, oh, why didn't Sam play
wow,
around
really
this Call
strong
the Week?
opening
Well,
hand.
it was the
Thrill
best
punch
that
first,
he could do
Grim
there
and
because it's
Fey
either
Folk
all
from
these
Sam.
weapons get cascaded,
Looks
or
like he's
the
still
Call the
gonna get
Week
rid of
happens.
2.
There's
I think
one
it was
Call the
the
Week
punch first
in
and the
the
Thrill.
main board,
I could see
so
getting rid of the
playing around
Thrill.
that and
I don't know
also
about getting
does
rid of
know the
punch first,
sideboard
but
too.
I guess
So
you don't really want to be playing that too early.
that was his best option.
Remembers to
We
get his
have an
point off
Arena's greatest
arenas,
game. Both
so he's
players
already better
do
than
take
half
the
the field.
point on their beginning phase. Irresistible Fey
Afraid of
Folk
the Hidden
making
Blade
his
on
presence
punch
known.
first target.
And also, Trifarium War Camp here is just as good for
I mean,
Sam as it is for Rocklo.
He had already
usually
played a
as
Hidden
an
Blade
Azir player,
earlier,
you have
so
all
I
these
definitely
Sand Soldier
understand that,
tokens
but
into the Trifarium War
if you
Camp.
allow him to conquer,
And
if he
usually
has
against,
Hidden
like,
Blade,
other decks,
you
you got
just
the advantage
get
there. With Sam D. Sherman, you're
Hidden
right,
Bladed
it is
anyway.
beneficial
The
for that.
Rengar gets Hidden Bladed anyway. So there's actually no reason to play around Hidden Blade
Absolutely.
there. The cards that you want to play around are Death Grip and Call the Weak.
And taking a look at this hand here,
And the
a
only
lot
way
of
that you play around
3
those is punch
energy
first on the
units
first battlefield,
potentially.
not on the
I was
second
gonna say, Sam is
battlefield.
really good at just like
Because if he Hidden
easing
Blades,
us with potentially
conquers,
being able to see the hand.
and
I see that
you know,
punch
or if
first
he
there.
Hidden Blades,
Yeah.
if he
One
sends the
for one
Azir
energy, two
into
power,
Rengar and
that'd
then
be
Hidden
there.
Blades, it doesn't make any difference. Because then you don't get to punch first at all. So you'd rather bait out the Hidden Blade to
Potentially
begin
in
with.
Italy.
This wouldn't
It's
have
actually
three,
better
it
to
would
do
be
it that
so
way.
scary. You play 2 units, GG.
Turn 1 GG's.
Yes, because the way it is that scary is because the Pride Stalker.
Suck this up.
Yes. What are you playing?
And it's the Grim Apothecary coming down as the ambush.
And I love this combo
Yeah.
here is that you're able to save your
Wow,
irresistible Fey
such
Folk
an
this way.
awesome
It is so cool
combo.
to see it getting
Yeah,
the
the
buffing
Fey Folk into
itself,
the
for
Grim.
instance, and then
Inferno
throwing that
in hand,
back
punch first in
safety,
hand.
and
I
then
think he has a
also
Thrill in
just
hand,
being able to
Action, and a
conquer
Fey
as
Folk.
well. So
Action,
it's just a really cool interaction
obviously going to be a super
overall.
powerful card in this
That play
matchup.
is exactly why
If you can
Rengar
see,
is phenomenal.
if you see
Right there. You get that
a
little
BF
bit
Sword come
additional reach
down,
on
a
the
GA
might,
come down,
and
those are
sometimes it
going
makes
to be
all the
stolen
difference, especially in these
by
early
the
stages.
Saxon.
That is a massive tempo swing in favor of Sam D. Sherman.
Could be.
And now that we see the irresistible Fey Folk of this game, we didn't really see it the last game. We were missing it a lot, and that's really what pushed us ahead in the first match. So there's a good chance that we're going to continue to see that in the second one. And it looks like we do have a Call the Week in hand for Rocklo once again, and we saw the work that it did.
We do have a hidden card, and that's going to be the Pike.
Yep, Pike ready to go. Or with that Call the Week played.
Guards
Oh.
comes out, and it's accelerated
Okay.
perhaps based on the price
That's-
paid.
okay.
Nope, not accelerated.
Hold the 3.
Yes.
Holding the 3 here for Sam is really in the driver's seat in this match. We'll have to
Conquer
see
4.
what Rocklo can
Yes.
do. With the ganking takes the additional
Pike has ganking?
point here with
I
Pike.
didn't even
Such
know
a
that.
great card.
Yeah, Pike's
Pike
phenomenal.
is
It's
Pike
one
is
of
an
the biggest
underrated card.
additions to Fury, and you're seeing
He's
it across many
a
different archetypes. Its ability to gank in there, obviously coming out from
Accelerate,
as well,
basically.
is extremely valuable. 4
But
to 1 for
he doesn't
Sam
have
D.
to pay an
Sherman.
extra energy. It's just an
On
extra
their turn,
power.
Rocklo tapped out.
Then he has Hidden, he has Ganking, and you get
We
the plus
also
2.
see that pesky Inferno
Really
in
strong
hand,
card,
a card that
actually.
has done a lot of work for these Fury decks this weekend. Expect to see some development here potentially.
Saw the action. That has been a definite pain for Rocklo.
Play this here. Play these in my base. Go.
All right, determined sentry.
Oh,
Into
we have
the
another
air
person that says go to pass the turn.
And on top of that, Inferno as well. A bunch of might would have been out of there, but because we weren't moving anything, didn't need to use those die.
Now in the Trifarian War Camp, those 2 cards are a little more mighty than they traditionally are, which is one of the benefits of that particular battlefield.
Yeah, once again, Rocklow's battlefield helping Sam out
Yeah,
just a bit
I agree,
more because
Christian.
of not
The card
playing
is
against
insanely
that many
good.
aggressive decks.
The fact that it has
Usually
hidden,
does
the fact that
benefit
it's
Azir more often with the
a
Trifarian War Camp,
1
but
power
we have
accelerate
seen multiple players take
for
advantage of the Trifarian
4
War
might.
Camp this weekend.
Rocklow's saying that they need a second to think. Take as much time as you need, my friend.
We do see a discipline in hand there.
You can trade off
Likely
these
not going to look to
units,
contest this
or you
battlefield
can.
just because. Oh well,
Oh no, you
tapped
can't.
out,
Yeah,
maybe
you have to
we will see the
discipline
contest
because
here.
of the
Targeting for the
Trifarian.
draw to see if the options change here. Two
So now it's
additional
going to
might
be
applied.
5, and then 6 on Trifarian into the 6
5 might. If we attack in, it is 6 might.
of, or no, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the
Trifarian War
5
Camp doing work.
of Sam's units.
All of Sam's
So
runes
he
are
can conquer at this
exhausted.
point.
So mine has 5, 6, you have 5, right?
Yeah.
Eye of the Herald.
Double checking the math here. Good to go. Will we use Azir here potentially? Our Emperor of Sands.
Centron War Camp, let's fucking go.
Looks like he's going to attach this, bring this in. It's
There
going to generate
was
a token,
a
which is
Rengar
going to
in
take
this
advantage of
little
the
top 8
Trifarian
skirmish
War
as well
Camp, and this
today.
should
Death
allow
probably appears on
for the
people's radar
Conquer.
soon.
Very well played
Yeah,
there by Rocklow.
it
Well
seems
thought out
like
there.
a much
Generating that
more
extra
difficult.
recruit with the Eye of the Herald is enough to wipe out that battlefield.
And I love using the Weapon
that
Master
recruit
here
should.
with the Azir. So
Oh
we're
no,
able
he
to
has
re-equip that
Thorn
and
Shields.
be
Okay.
able to move it in the future while protecting it as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see
So
more
I
people
wanna see
playing
what
Rengar.
tricks are up
It's a
Sam's
fairly inexpensive
sleeve
deck.
with
I mean, those
this
Rengars might
Irresistible Faith
get
Oak.
pretty
We've seen
expensive.
it do work over and over again. And
Sabotage.
first we'll see a Sabotage to reveal the hand, and looks like
probably,
we aren't defying it. So we're either
probably
getting
get rid of this
the Defy
Brutalizer.
or the Brutalizer. We also know
I don't
about
think
this
you're
Ashen
really
hand
that
as
scared
well
of
now.
a Defy when most of your
Yeah,
deck
that's
is
potentially a
units,
Defy
and your
play
biggest
there.
interaction
Don't wanna
is
reveal
punch
the hand.
first.
Brutalizer is taken
Yeah.
away. A little heartbreaking is that
I agree with that
Brutalizer,
move.
of course, is extremely valuable. Rocklow's
I think that's a
absolutely
pretty easy
want
decision by him.
To try to establish as many equipment as possible. It improves the
You can
Rise
Feyfolk
play when that
away
comes
a
up.
unit
So a big thing
as
is
well to get
Sam's deck
to not
does
have
go a
that
little bit
Trifarian
taller than
buff.
Azir overall. Does have ways to refill the hand in the future. With only 2-card hand for Rocklow, that isn't very high value overall. Of course, the Ash is helpful, but the Defy is not really hitting all that much. It hits
This
Skill
is
of
a
1, for
fairly
instance,
quick
but that's not
top
even
8
something that's really needed
match.
right now. So Sam is
Gonna
able
check
to
if
find a
there's
way
any
to
other
navigate through
results
this game where
from
we are able to deal with this Trifarian War Camp.
from the
We
top
could find
8. Anyone have
ourselves
12
to be in a
tickets for
really good
sale?
spot for Sam.
Says
Potentially Rengar here.
Joel.
Yep, Rengar is coming in. It's going to take
Sorry.
out
I am not in
the
Vancouver.
patrons of the Trifarian War Camp. Rengar Trophy Hunter is one of the cards of body. That's not called Dazzling Aurora.
I can only kill that, no?
Dies, right? Yeah.
And does find the way, of course. Inferno was up to a full 4 might there, so the Sand Soldier cannot even take it out. What a great play from Sam here. One of the great things about
none of the
Rengar
top
is
8
indeed
has
having
finished yet.
access to one of the best cards in Unleashed is
So
Rengar
I will
Trophy
keep an eye out
Hunter.
for that to see
So
if
we do
we
have
have.
the Arise here.
He
So we
drew a
can
Rise.
accelerate 2 of the tokens that could contest, but then that Rengar represents a pretty strong body.
Yeah, we found the value, but the issue is we lost our equipment and we don't have, usually you want to have a ton of equipment just ready for all these Sand Soldiers so you just get a little bit more value from it. But when you don't have the equipment that you're looking for, it makes this really tough. Sam is at 6 points right now, so the Arise must be played to have a chance at contesting this.
It is 6 to 2.
Fortunately, the Eye of the Herald will help
Which,
in
in
Trifarian
the
War Camp.
But we know
basketball
with that
fan
one
terms
up,
would be
I know, I was
belt
just gonna
to
say.
ass.
And unfortunately, that Defy is not going to be enough here. We're going to see if we can take the Inferno battlefield here. And they're just going to make sure that, okay, yeah, going in with the 6.
Do you just play the punch
could
first in
decide
order to trade
punch
everything
first
here? I think
That's
you
what
just
we
do.
expect to see here.
There's no reason not to. There's actually
Inferno
0 reason to
having
not
the
do it here.
assault, so still
You
only
know
at
he has a
1
Defy in
might. It
hands,
is
so
6 to
which
here.
can't be
Punch
used,
First
obviously,
giving 5
on Punch
might
First with the
potentially.
2 power cost. I don't know if he knows the
Seems
other.
worth it.
Okay, punch first does come
This
down.
seems worth it.
2
Yeah.
power paid.
Trades everything.
Just trades everything off
Everything
the board.
dies. Sam will not close out the game this turn, but will hold to 7.
Well, we gotta find Kaisa.
Like every is obviously.
That's what we want to find. Sam, this top deck could make a huge difference here.
He
as
just
Kaisa
passed.
would be able
I
to end
guess
the game
he
as
wants
we
to hold
hold
up
to
Defy
7,
just in
and if we can
case
find a
for
way to
like Thrill the
accelerate,
Hunt.
Pike would also do it for
Because
instance.
that would just end the game. Because
Darius
he
not
could
gonna
have
quite
used
be there
his
just because we don't have a
Azir
way
Legend.
to set him up for that to ready him.
We just don't have enough runes.
Thrill the Hunt would also do it. Like
Yeah.
there's
It would
so
not
many
do it,
outs here
actually.
to win
Kinku
the game.
Initiate.
There's so many ways to win here.
So we do have the Kinko Initiate in hand, which would allow us to draw one. Thrill the Hunt would be a way to win the game instantly, but also does add a little bit more value.
I'm
Not
curious as
sure.
to how many cards are in Rocklow's hand. What are the chances?
I guess
of the
he's
second
considering
round?
just
Can
playing the
he try to
Action and
position for a
stealing
hold for the trophy hunter.
this
'Cause you're
Eye of
right.
the Herald, I
Getting over
guess.
to that other battlefield without that
But I would
Kaisa,
probably play
and it
Kinku
is
Initiate.
up to
See
him
what
for
your
the
next
draw.
card
He
is.
called it.
Will we see
If
a
it's a
Thrill
Thrill
the
the
Hunt
Hunt,
here potentially? No.
Just thinking about whether or not
Yeah.
to pull back. This does
Unfortunate.
make sense. Yeah.
Yep. I wonder what he found.
I like
though.
this play.
I mean, it's another setup for a Conquer
Out of
here.
Sam. No reason
Azir,
to
once
overplay
again,
with
these
that
Sand Soldiers
action.
from Azir can only be played to base and they aren't readied. And
Defy,
Yeah,
Ash,
Ash. I
Six,
think
right?
Yeah.
he
Thorns.
thrown an Ash there.
had an Ash in hand earlier, so I'm not sure.
I guess you
what
can
was
accelerate your
exactly what
Azir
you
with the
saw,
Eye
or
of the
if we
Herald.
drew- Yep, or Ash to see.
And the
or
Doran
Azir
Shields.
coming in to
Accelerated.
accelerate. Yep, has to.
Going to Shafarian.
Trifarian War Camp. Recruit
How much
triggered.
does it have? I'm 2.
This is my base.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah, 2 plus 5
Plus
plus
6.
6.
8.
Yeah.
It's 8 total here. Yeah.
8.
You
Not
conquer.
bad.
You're a 3.
8, not
I like
bad.
when they do the math for us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate you all.
And we are going to get the Sand Soldier here.
Surely I can win from here.
I mean, if you have one ambush card, if you have one ambush, you can show me. I'll concede.
I'll just do it.
Okay,
Fans.
It's for the fans.
It's for the fans.
I mean, he can just
Ambush
action
card.
steal
Yeah,
the
I
Dorn.
mean, I have
Darius.
a
Oh.
wealth of options here. All right, good game.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Sam
could've
D.
done much,
Sherman does get the victory. It is absolutely phenomenal.
think
Sam
I could've
D.
done
The ambush card.
Yeah,
You know my hand.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runes. So he plays Action, steals Doran's shield. That's 1. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 still over here. Goes in with Rengar, Ambush, Nidalee for his remaining 3, and Kinku here. Yep, that's just
I
game.
have-
About irresistible Fey Folk.
Wow,
It
Rengar
did so
top
much,
4.
being able to use control tokens essentially.
I
and the
genuinely
way
hate
that
Ursula's
Sam navigated
commenting.
that, exceptional.
Commentary.
All right, but we guys, we got more Riftbound to talk about here because we're going to
that
go
also
into
is
game
not
number
Ursula.
2
I don't know if
from
Ursula was
the
talking
next
over that
match here. This is
last
actually
match,
pretty
but
exciting. We're seeing the
this
quarterfinals
is
really
not
shape
her,
up into
so we are
something
confusing
exciting
people.
here. I'm actually really happy that we get to see game 2 here because as much as I was excited to see the Azir versus Rengar, because listen, I love both of those legends, I also was really excited about this next matchup.
Yep, we'll be getting into that shortly.
We have Diana with Diwali. Now, we saw Diwali earlier here, and he's made his way into the top 8. What stands out to you from this deck?
So big thing is, Diwali has opted to use the Frigid Jewel, which is something that a lot of Diana players have been deciding, is this worth it? It's a very meta-dependent call overall if you need might to get over certain units. Also has Consult the Past, which is not used in most Diana decks, saying, you know, we've seen Diana's gas out multiple times, and Consult the Past is a way to hide a card that's outside of the Tide Turner, but also being
Trying
able
to
to draw
secure
a little bit
Renekton
extra, and it
plushie
works
from this
better with
regional.
the Frigid Jewel as well.
1 power, draw 2. Nothing wrong with that. As we move
Just
on
plays
to
mid
our
with Ren.
second deck list here, we're
Oh, it's
going
not
to
her,
see
it's
it's
some other person
Sivir
groups.
from
Yeah.
Swag YOLO 420. Yeah. This deck is one
Such
that
a
we
troll
did see
from
in
Ali
phenomenal
to make
action
his name
earlier
Swag YOLO
in the
420, yeah.
tournament. I like it a lot. In the main
Pretty
deck,
funny,
you do
though.
have the 3 sabotages, of course, looking to try to work with the mirror match successfully. Anything else for you here that really stands out?
I mean, of course, we have the Elder Dragon and the Mind Splitter that do so much work, but I really want to take a look at the Harrowing. Play a unit from your trash, ignoring
That
its
seems to be the
costs.
first
Just another way to get some of these high
top 8
quality
match
units
that
back onto
has
the board.
ended.
As we see, Sivir sometimes
Two
will
fairly
have the
fast
Aurora out
decks.
and won't have
You have a
any more
Diana
units.
in,
So the Harrowing is a good way to
then
counteract
a Diana
this.
Sivir, a
What I wanna
Diana
see-
Aurelia,
I
and
want
an
to see
Aurelia
if
Yi
Swag Yellow
matchup.
420
So,
can win
not
some
surprised
swag. So let's go to the match
that those
as
are
we
taking
are
a bit
taking
longer.
over from game number 2. We have Diwali versus Mr. Swag.
Wonder who won game
Let's
1.
see it.
Game 1 went to
And
Diwali,
of course, we have the
who is
Aspirant's
barely
Climb,
dropping any
because
games
That is one of the best
this entire
battlefields for Sivir as a whole.
Um,
So of course we have to run it, and of course we have the other best battlefield, arguably for Diana as well. We have the Abandoned Hall, and it looks like Diwali did take that first game. Would have loved to have seen the way that he navigated that, especially without using the Abandoned Hall in that first game too.
And I really do like the way Swag Yellow 420 plays this Aurora deck.
Diwali knowing that he's going
Multiple
first, I
options. We
wonder
saw some incredible
what he
sideboard stuff.
played
You
going
actually saw your
first.
Weatherman segment where
Was
you
it a
discussed
Star
Nice little
Spring?
fist bump
Was
there.
it something
We love
else?
that. I just love that he is such a well-practiced
honestly
Aurora player, and in fact,
I can't
the
remember
only
what
Aurora player in top 8. if my
Battlefield's
memory serves me
stack
correct.
plays.
And does have the Aurora in hand. Has to pretend like this is a hard decision when we all know it is not from that stack deck.
Not at all. Okay,
Solid
Scryer's Bloom
opening for
coming on
Ali.
down.
Seeing a
That
lot
is
of
going
cards.
to allow him to do a little bit of a prediction a little
Classic
later
open
on.
from Diana. Just play Diana
Very
and
efficient
pass.
turn there
Going
overall
second.
for Swag Yellow
A
420.
draw of the Elder Dragon. 2 Elder Dragons in hand.
Thinking about their play here.
Oh, that's rough.
One of the benefits of playing Diana.
And then he
you
hits
have free
another
room
stack
to
deck.
do
Yep,
you're playing
that would be my reaction too.
That's one of the best parts
Just
about
grabs his
Diana,
forehead.
is having access to a strong turn 1 when going second.
Oh, what's up, Bergie? I really like Ali. I really can't stop cringing at his name.
Swag Yellow
Epitome
420
of millennial
considering
cringe
their
as a
play
millennial
here.
myself.
Scryer
Yeah,
Bloom.
I think, you know, it's a bit tongue in
Okay,
cheek.
okay, hold
I
on.
think it's like kind of the point is to be a little cringe.
How's that Elder Dragon in hand? Is that two? That's 2 Elder Dragons in hand.
But yeah,
So
this is
knows
looking rough
that
for
if
him.
we
He has
play
double Elder
Aurora,
Dragon in
there's a
hand.
50% chance of Mind Splitter,
He has a Lunar
50%
Boon to
chance
discard
of
one
Elder
and maybe
Dragon.
get that back with the
This
last
could be
rights,
a little
or
bit of a
by
nightmare, potentially.
Seeing a little
Um,
smile there as well
I
as
don't
they
know.
look at their hand and what's been going on.
He also has a Scryers and a stack deck
Also
on the
wanna
top of his
shout out
deck.
that really fancy pants Aspirant's Climb we see down there.
He
I love
left
it.
the
I love the
Scryers
this
on
game so much.
top.
We just saw the Mind Splitter there. So if we do play Aurora, it is going to be 100% hitting the Elder Dragon.
Another Scryer's Bloom.
If he hits another, if he draws another Elder,
So
like,
the
is this
real
just a
nightmare
scoop
scenario
angle?
here would be drawing the
Using
Elder
my
Dragon
comic
before
credentials to
playing
deem
the Aurora.
not funny or ironic.
And it is a possibility. I
Yeah,
have put
it
it
is
into the
pretty cringy.
universe,
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
lie. I wouldn't do it. I mean,
Go
my
all
name
in
is
here, looking to take advantage
freaking
here. You don't
Derpy
want
Yasuo, but
to allow
or just Derpy
the
at this
Aurora
point.
player,
But
especially in an Aspirant's
yeah,
Climb game,
it's not something
to
that I
have
would go
any
for. I
advantage.
think
You
it's a
want
bit
these early
cringe as well.
points.
I get that he's
So
like
only
doing it
carefully
as a joke,
considering
but
their options here. Again, we're in the quarterfinals.
you know,
we're in top 8.
it is what it is. I wonder if he's gotten
Every single
recruited to any of these
decision carries a
teams.
significant amount of weight.
Obviously an extremely strong
Yeah,
player,
Diwali
but
being
not
undefeated
showing
so
any
far as
team
well
allegiance
has
in his
obviously
name. Same with
navigated
Diwali.
this Diana deck.
I know these
Despite
guys
really
playtest with
difficult
with each other and with some of these pro teams, but I'm kind of curious as to if they are.
Maybe have a chat with them about Edge.
Score point.
I would
And right away
easily
does
accept
say,
Diwali
yes, I do
or
want this Diana trigger,
Ali to
so
be
we
the
will
third
be able to take a
competitor
look
of
and
the
predict here,
of Team
deciding
Edge.
if he wants to keep this
Um,
card or not. If it's a spell, we could potentially keep it
Or
and
to take
draw it.
any place in Team Edge actually. 2 stack decks
Not
and
only is there a lot
Scryers
on the
his
line,
hand is looking at
which
still
of
looking
course
at.
does
Yeah,
in some ways
yeah.
result in much more conscientious play. But I
It's
think one thing that you
double
realize in
Elder,
the top
double
8
stack deck,
is
double
that your
Scryers.
opponent is capable of taking,
And the Aurora. He does have
advantage
the
of
Aurora in
every
hand,
single
which is
opportunity
guaranteed to
these
hit Elder because he
incredibly
recycled
talented players,
the Mind Splitter
and not
to the
just
bottom
because they
of
made
one
it
of the
to
stack
top
decks.
8, but in this
So as long as he
case, in
doesn't draw
particular
the
with
third
what we
Elder,
have here,
he will
we have
guaranteed hit
these
an
very
Elder.
consistent, high-performing players from Riftbound. And
Plays
so
the Tide
you
Turner.
know that every single advantage that they
Yeah,
will
he
take,
should activate the
they will.
effect just in case.
Yes, and for our viewers at home, Diwali was the winner of the Houston Regional Qualifier with Annie.
I can't even believe what I'm looking at. I was just
Big
talking about how
aspirins.
much I loved it, and for some reason, Swag a YOLO 420 yak comes in with the absolutely
Guys, we all know his real name. Can we just call him Ali?
It only gets better from here.
For sure. And taking a good look once again at this hand.
It's cool to see Ali having.
We need more runes.
Oh my gosh, that's the Elder.
I
Oh
don't know why I
no.
got so excited.
The other Elder Dragon there.
Oh
there is
no,
the
which
potential
means that he
we drew
guarantees
that if
a
we did not
Mind Splitter.
predict it, so now we know that it's Mind
He would have
Splitter
drawn another
into
Elder if he
Elder
played this
Dragon
Lunar
whenever
Boom
we
before
do
the
play that
Scryers.
Aurora.
Obviously, you wouldn't do that
someone from
because
production,
you know
please get
you
him
get
a
to
bigger
predict
one.
first.
Please get him a bigger one. What a bit that would be.
You're gonna discard one
An
of your
even
Elders
bigger
here
Aspirant's
because
Climb.
there's
I
no
don't
reason to
think
keep
they
it in
make him a
hand.
bigger
You want to
one.
potentially recycle it later with
Lunar Boon
a
does
Last
come out.
Rites.
Discard one,
Next
draw
turn
two.
is definitely a turn where we can see an accelerated Sivir come through.
Using a Stupefy onto our own unit just to filter through our deck a little bit more.
Does he have Heedless in his deck, or we don't know?
Ali does play Heedless. He did play it against the LeBlanc earlier.
May have lost the player audio here.
We have a Treasure Trove in hand potentially.
Looks like they're speeding up
Stack
the
deck
gameplay.
also in hand.
I think it's on like 1.5 times or 2 times.
All right.
All right, we'll taking a look here at the Diana play now.
Still no results in. I won't say any spoilers
Let's
if the results do come in.
Going to speed this up a little bit with the Diana
That's what I'm
coming
saying.
into the
I think that it's
Aspirant's
just
Climb,
how
triggering
often
Diana
they say it on stream.
instantly.
Yeah,
Not liking
yeah.
the
If they didn't say it
there.
on stream and they just called him by his name, but then like on stream it showed that name, then I guess it would be more acceptable. But in the way in which Dwally was the first winner in US, right? On Annie. Yes. Yes, that was him.
That's definitely going to be a factor later
Ali
on
has
here.
won
So
the
as you said,
Orlando
especially
10K,
if
which
you
was
start to lose
early in,
units on battlefields, those Elder Dragons start
I
coming
believe
out.
it was set
You get
1
something onto a
with
battlefield,
Misfortune. He's been a
perhaps you can
strong
head for that
Aurora
8th
player.
point.
Ali has a Harrowing main.
Really
Yes, he does play a single Harrowing main as well. If you don't know what Harrowing does, I will read it. It is play a unit from your trash, ignoring its energy cost. You still pay its power cost. So that is a way of getting that Elder Dragon back.
So not only thinking about this turn,
Well, Chris noticed
has
me.
to do
Ooh.
the calculations for this, the
Hi,
next
Saf.
2 turns as well to make sure that
It would be
his
fine.
units
I think
are
it's
close
just
to
like he's being
one
punished by the
location,
joke.
so if there is an Elder Dragon,
Yeah.
it dodges all the units. So that's why we're seeing the
Either way,
pullback here
2
as
really
well.
great players. Ali's a great player.
Fun fact about Ali: he plays generic ramp big shit in any fucking game possible.
I did not know that.
So he's very famous on the Magic scene for playing ramp decks.
I guess that's just his style. He is just a
Yeah.
fan of.
Have to be very careful
Mhm.
leaving units on those battlefields. We also have the opportunity.
Not sure what happened
potentially in this
there.
Aspirant's Climb game,
I guess he wanted to take
Swag
back
YOLO
the.
420, yeah, we'll have the opportunity to eventually just straight up
Take back the
hardcast these
Titan?
Elder Dragons as well that we saw in hand.
Obviously, some
Yes, those
nerves.
Elder Dragons in hand.
Even the best players in the world get
we do
nervous.
we do have the option for.
Can I be a competitor on Team Edge?
No, we don't.
Okay, I'm done with my
Trash
commentary on his
instead, so
name. Yes,
only
very
last rights
famous.
to get it back if we were to do that. Yeah, hard casting is going to be the best
Nah,
option
appreciate
in a lot
you
of
being in the chat.
cases.
Bergie.
Okay, Tide Turner does come out, swaps the Diana. Turn is passed.
Starting a conversation about
We'll see if
anything
this
really.
is a development term to
We haven't had
perhaps
much going on in this game so
accelerate
far.
towards
Obviously,
that
it's an
dazzling
Aurora game,
Aurora.
so the beginning of it is not usually the most exciting.
Yeah,
We're gonna see the Sivir. We're gonna see a Mind Splitter.
Won't be seeing that quite yet. Looks like we are.
Oh, so he's playing
that
2 Mind Splitters in
Splitter,
main?
which means the next time we play Aurora, it is a
Interesting.
guaranteed
Okay.
Elder Dragon there, as the Mind Splitter did not go back.
I thought he was
to
only playing
the
1. That's my fault.
deck. It did go to
Saf, no.
hand earlier.
So we
No,
are
there
seeing
are
the Wally's hand. We have a Ride the Wind
prerequisites
stacked deck.
to becoming a competitor.
Turn to dust. Okay, there's
There's
a turn
only
to
2
dust
competitors
there.
currently.
We do have
That
Flash,
is Joel and I.
Starcrossed, and is that
It's
a second?
another turn
But
to dust.
That is
we are
a
open
second
to
turn to dust. That is incredibly important
more joining.
information for Mr. Swag, as that is going to
Oh,
be
this is game 2.
problematic
Yes,
for
fair.
the Dazzling
Okay.
Aurora.
Thank you,
Now,
Danny.
Thankfully, it does. I mean, no, not even. I mean, you will get a proc. It'll give it temporary. It'll go into the next turn, and it'll just
Everyone that has a
dissipate.
jersey
Turn
is
to
a
dust,
part of the
very
team,
good
by the
answer
way.
towards that Aurora.
It's just whether you get
So
the
Swag Yellow
competitor
does
patch or not.
see that perhaps those dragons in hand
Here's what
might
I have been thinking
actually
about
be
since watching his match
useful
yesterday
at
versus
some
LeBlanc.
point if those Auroras start to take a punish.
Magic Minesplitter
beating
to
there.
the hand.
So
He did not.
because we
He
know
recycled the
that Turn to
Minesplitter.
Dust is going to be hitting the Aurora
Do
no
you
matter
have
what,
to be super
Swag
intense
Yellow
about the rules in
420
order
yeah
to
decides
succeed
to
at a high
take away
level?
the Starcrossed instead.
Because he only runs
This is a
one.
really good play
This is
because
game 2,
first off,
Christian.
we
I
have
made the
the
same mistake.
Minesplitter already
But we
on
jumped in
board,
game
so
2
we
because the
avoid
other
hitting
match,
that
the Rengar Azir
Starcrossed.
match,
And then
ended.
on top of that,
So
when we do have those Elder
this
Dragons, they won't get
this
Starcrossed.
happened
We
like
already have
40 minutes
2
ago
in
already.
hand,
What we're watching.
so we absolutely can't
I'm talking
afford
Ali,
those getting
Allen,
bounced
Prismat.
if we do have to hard cast them from hand or play
Unless he has
from
more than
Aurora.
one side.
Right now we're saying, okay,
Well, he mains
Aurora
one,
is just
so he
a
could just have
9
one
cost,
inside as
2
well.
orange power Elder Dragon, and we're okay
Jumping
with
to
that.
what
It's going to
Bergie
get
said,
Turn to Dust,
I
and
don't.
it also makes
Well, I
our
know the answer,
opponent
but you need to
spend
elaborate
2
what the
energy is another way to
prereqs
think
are.
about it.
We all have something to strive for. Yeah, prereqs would be.
Diwali,
I mean,
considering their play here.
I guess there
scoring that
aren't
4
like
point.
specifics that have
The
been
Minesplitter
discussed.
fortunately does represent 7 might.
You would have
Does
to
give
have a
Swag
top
Yellow 420 some
16
optionality as to how they
minimum
want to start scoring
cut
points, get on the board.
at a 10K or
Ride the
higher. That
Shown in
is a tangible thing that
On
you
the
can
trigger.
aim for. 10K, 15K,
Really good
25K,
hit there.
RQ,
Let's
obviously.
see
A
what
showdown.
Diwali
If you get a
decides
top
to do
16 at any of
against
those,
the potential Elder
but
Dragon next turn.
it's more so just
And it looks like we'll be
also
doing
just consistency
that.
as a player.
Trying to get all the units
Consistently
at the
being,
same
you know,
location
top 5
as
in New York, top 10 in
possible,
New York,
just because Elder Dragon
winning
is able to do so
tournaments.
much, and we will see stacked deck. I'm excited to see what we get from that.
You know,
Diwali doing
I'm
an
not the best
excellent
player in the
job
world, so I'm not
making
going to
sure
sit here and
that we
talk from a high
cannot
horse as if I am.
What he's getting from that.
I only
And of course,
have
these players are experienced, and we're no longer
2
on
good
time, so
showings
they
at
can
big
take
tournaments.
their time and pretend
So,
like it's a hard decision, even if
you know,
it's not.
we don't want to. We want everyone to get jerseys and
Selection
be a part
has
of
been
the
made,
team in a
cards
sense. But
recycled.
as far as like people that are
Still
actually
lots
competing
of
under the banner
runes up for Diwali. This turn is not even close from
in
being
like
done.
a more semi-pro competitive way, the conversation
really
so
like to
far has
find a
been
way in
minimal.
the future.
But
of course, Elder Dragon can
we
potentially
want
take
to
that out,
give
but
people something
we
to
did
strive
see
for.
a
Basically,
pretty
we don't want to just
decent
give it to
hand
everyone.
from Diwali overall,
Because
so
I
we
think
will
that's what's
see the
fun. I think
fizz,
it's really
and
cool
it
when
will bring
you know you
back
have
looks like
most of the
a
players, most of the people that got
Starcrossed.
jerseys.
I think they're just short.
What about going 2-3 in Atlanta? You're in.
Experienced players will do that sometimes.
No, I just think it's really cool to give people
Trying to
something
save
to
time
play for. I think that's kind of
when no time
part
needs
of the
to be
reason
saved.
why we're differentiating,
Looks like we'll
because
go back to Swag
obviously we're
Yellow
all friends.
420
We would
Yaz
love
turn. And will we see
everybody to
the
be like
Aurora just
on the
slam
competitor
down here? We
side
can
of
hit 2
the
targets
team.
potentially,
But
although
I think it's
Diwali
cool
does
to give
have
something to
5
strive
runes
for, kind of
available.
like you're
That's a
saying.
lot of
So,
energy that can be played with.
that's a little breakdown of
The turn to dust may also
why
be,
we have not
weighing on their
welcomed
conscience
competitors
as well.
yet, other than Joel and
Little
I.
peek at the hand there.
There are some people that are close, and I think it'll be a cool moment if maybe in Hartford
look
a
at
strong
those stack
showing
decks
gets
in the
people
Stupefy.
that patch. It can be a kind of a cool little thing, you know,
Is there
moving forward.
value in playing the Mind Splitter again?
Unlikely, because we know about a good
Aurora
amount
comes
of the
down,
hand. We are just gonna play
fully
the
tapping
Aurora
out.
and say, okay, this is an Elder Dragon in a lot of cases.
Ali
So it should be an Elder Dragon.
goes
because
straight
we've
into
seen
the trigger,
Mind Splitter
not wasting
already,
any
for
time here.
instance. It's just going to
It's
be
going
a
to
hit until
be an
we
Elder Dragon
find it.
towards the bottom of the
This
deck.
is a lot of information that Diwali is going to gain. The fact that we know there's 2 Elder Dragons in hand, Diwali might actually get the read that there
And
are
it's a
Elder
Mind
Dragons
Splitter. I thought it was an
there.
Elder
Additional Mind
confirmed,
Splitter
but
does come
oh
down.
no, because
Was
he
looking
recycled
for
the
an
Mind
Elder
Splitter first
Dragon,
and then
didn't
recycled
get
the
it.
Elder. That's rough.
Okay,
That's a rough
the
one.
reminder, this is game 2, so there has been an additional Mind Splitter sighted into the board. That's why it wasn't a guaranteed Elder Dragon there.
So Diwali's considering here. Will be forced to reveal their hand.
But does have an option to play a reaction here if they would like.
There is a trigger available for Diwali.
It would be sick if he pulls this off.
Always a tough decision here.
Not sure who you're referring to.
And it is star-crossed.
It's another star-crossed.
It's all good. This and this.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, and there we have the Mind Splitter.
I think he almost has every unit in hand.
And we will reveal the hand once again.
It's just unreal.
We do have the turn to dust still there.
Flash, Fizz, Ride the Wind, ×2.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the fizz.
Ride.
Sir.
Yeah, just 1 second. Ride, 2 dust, 1 flash.
2 dust, 2 ride, flash, Turner.
Yeah, I think Diwali just wins 2-0 here.
Hand overall, so
There's just not
really
much
to
be done.
6 total.
Of course, Swag Yellow 420 knows that this Aurora is only going to be very temporary, as that will probably be one of the first things that Diwali
Because
decides
now
to
you
do
just
here.
play your turn to dust. The Elder Dragon actually never sees the board in this game. Technically, if he can ramp... No, he's at 8, so he'll go to 10. As long as he doesn't recycle any runes, he can go to 12 on the last turn and on his last turn and wipe the board potentially. Because Diwali doesn't have units, but he does have double Ride the Wind, which means that even if Ali plays Elder on not this turn but the following turn after that, wipes the board. Even if he just has the Tide Turner in hand, Ali will be tapped, Tide Turner, Ride the Wind, win the game, because he will be at 7 once he conquers the Aspirant's Climb with Tide Turner here. The game is kind of cooked. Yeah, I agree, Christian. I definitely agree. By the way, Saf, since I was kind of answering your question earlier, I'd love to know what you think of that. You know, obviously this is not something that's set in stone. It's just something that was quickly, you know, discussed. But definitely open to taking the opinions of, you know, other people.
Can't discard it. So we know about one more unit that we'll be getting very soon. Moves the Diana back, so we're at the same location, and that will set up for the future if there is another Aurora played. So we'll probably see the Turn to Dust come here as well. Swag Yellow 420 knew that it was coming because it's seen it multiple times at this point.
Send her away.
This is expected. Now the thing is, though, this is a very difficult swap for Swag Yellow 420 because unfortunately you're going to have to deal with these units on board. You do have runes to play with here.
Yeah, even an Aurora
Merch short closed
here,
at 6.
summoning
Oh,
an
and I'm
Elder
sad.
Dragon just doesn't do it because there's so much good defense here from Diwali of actually having all these units at the same location.
It is only 7
If they were
o'clock there.
spread out, trying to be greedy, trying to say, oh,
Yo, I'm here. It's IK. IK! Hey, what's up, dude? Make sure to hit subscribe, IK, if you haven't already. Thanks for showing up, man. Really appreciate it.
I think Swag Yellow 420 is taking a look at their hand, trying to figure out if they
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for Diwali to lose this game.
Last 2 points to go to 9.
It is pretty much. I think making top cut at major events is a clear-cut indicator and threshold. All the specifics beyond that is up to you guys. There are definitely good players that just don't go to major events, and those can be discussed as exceptions between team leaders. I'm subscribed. Thank you, IK. Yeah, I totally agree. I think, you know, there are people that can't always make it to large events, so that's why I think I was saying top cut at a large event is one indicator, but also just being consistent, being, you know, top 5, top 10 in the area. Like, even when it comes to like something as stupid as Elo Showdown, and just showing a consistent pattern of strong gameplay. I'm offended that you discriminate. Honestly, for somebody that has not played the amounts that, you know, that is really necessary for a game that's as competitive as this. You do show some really strong gameplay, Fergie. So, Bergie. I called you Fergie.
But I'm not sure what functionality this buys.
So, don't be offended. Did you even get a jersey? I can't remember. I can't remember who got jerseys. There's so many, which is awesome. Thank you to everyone that got jerseys. I think it's a fair assessment. Yeah. I think, Seth, you know, obviously right now you're best of hunting. If you get a best of, that could definitely be a prereq to.
You're gonna have to set a minimum record for a best of. I don't think every best of is worth it.
Except Tony. That's what I was gonna say.
Hey, I just got back, and I'm gonna be PG because we're streaming right now. But I don't.
You can't go 2 and 3 and get the competitor badge.
I don't like the comment.
you're able to put up a
Bro,
bit of a stand.
come on. Francis is a lot bigger than you. Come on now. And he is like 6'5", big dude, and that's not like a heavy set thing. That's just a large human being. Burgalicious definition. It's got a logo. That's hilarious.
It's looking a little dire here.
And I'm pretty sure they do make 4XL, but I think you'd be fine in like a single XL. They're actually pretty big. Maybe double if you want it to be like bigger. You could wear it over something.
Our markers up there as we have the -3 from the challenge earlier because it is not just
good.
A
I'm glad, Seth.
Combat
glad that it's a fair
showdown.
assessment. Definitely want to be fair to everybody. So
it would actually have to have a real showdown for that to happen. But we also have +2 because we accelerated the Sivir. On top of that, we are now.
You know, I come from like a mixed martial arts background, so I just think about, you know, getting like your next belt in jiu-jitsu or something.
Because Diwali does have
you said he's fatter than me.
Which with
it's not what I said, but he does owe me money.
Who owes you money?
Francis, it was a joke.
Battlefield that Sivir is sitting on. So there are a couple options.
But yeah, I think about like getting your next belt in like jiu-jitsu or something. Getting a nice like competitive match could be a cool thing. Just something to keep it fun in the community, in our local community.
Really designed for these situations, right? Like you don't have access to the disciplines, the defies. It's not what this deck is built for. This deck is built for getting that Dazzling Aurora out, starting to get those massive dragons onto the field of play, and then all of a sudden, those dragons are your opponent's problem. But if you can't get them on the field of play, you just don't have that many options. And thinking back to what we saw from the original deck, I do know that we do have gusts, but that might only help you survive for so long. It's pretty much the only trick he has available.
Yeah, not too many options here. Gust would do it. I don't think we saw it in the hand when it was fanned out earlier, but I can't say for sure on that.
Okay. You want one? It looks like that point is going through.
Ali is on the board. 1 point. Let's go.
That is the end of the showdown there, so Sivir does get to heal up.
And this is the problem when you have cards like Mind Splitter in an Aurora deck. In theory, they can be very strong, but they can also, every once in a while, lose you a game. Sabotage comes down.
Frigid Jewel, turn to dust, ride the wind in a flash. So no units, very important information here.
Do you get rid of the...
Available. 2 on board, obviously.
Didn't he have 2 red ones? Did he use one? Did I miss that? I might have missed that. Have been trying to keep up with the chat. From a non-R standpoint, I feel like it's a fair thing to like qualify for a team. It's fun. I really just want to get on a stream so I can talk shit on stream. You can join the Discord call if you want to talk. That is open to any of you guys that are a part of the Discord, as long as you're not blasting copyrighted music or saying really stupid shit. I am an admin of that Discord.
What is a threshold for stupid shit?
Okay, well, most of what you say is just way past that threshold, so I guess you're an exception.
There is a reason I'm always muted.
I think my goals are get a best of and get banned on live on stream. Those are great goals. I love that. Yep. I agree.
We'll have to see if he can survive another turn.
Oh, that's really funny. If Ali survives another turn here, this can really swing because there is not much out of Diwali's hand. And that Aurora is coming down at least for 1 turn, because obviously you have the double turn to dust in Diwali's hand. And that Aurora will hit the Elder Dragon finally, which will leave nothing but a Tide Turner on the board. That +2 should go away on the Sivir. Yep, thank you, Ali.
It might have been the only play that they had, realistically.
But yeah, getting a best of is a really good goal. You know, I was a singular game away from getting one. It is an awesome feeling to be in those high-pressure moments. It is a terrible feeling to come up just short. Obviously, Tony has one. Ryan came extremely close to getting one for Victor. Definitely a really cool goal for you to have. Bergie, are you going to Hereford?
Yeah, the amount of deramping that Swaggle 420 has had to do, unfortunately, does.
I'm going to call out Saf for what he just said in private DMs, that I'm farming Ego and J&D. First of all, J&D has some really good players that I played against on Aurelia and on Diana. So that was not farming at all. Those were hard matches. Second of all, Ego, maybe that's farming a little bit.
It's only half true,
second
huh?
of all, anytime I play against you, that's basically farming.
I think I placed higher than you on Wednesday, as a matter of fact.
I was playing on a Zir after not playtesting the deck once, and I only lost
I'm playing Jinx, man.
to a Thermo Beam.
There was a super
ruining my
there was a
life.
super strong Victor player at JMD last weekend.
So I do have results from the top 8. It is not the match that we were watching.
There is still hope here.
Alan ZQ, top 4, wins 2-1 against Aritos Aurelia. So we have at least one Diana in top 4. We have Rengar in top 4. And then we have, obviously, Dwali looking like he's in a really good position here to potentially go to top 4 also on Diana. And then Bao Bao's on his Aurelia versus Houses Are Big from the Secret Sauce team on his Master Yi. Still going.
Are incredibly valuable. Because we actually have seen
I actually didn't drop a game at Ego.
That if you lose your units,
and then I played some extra games outside of the tournament because I kept 2-0ing really quickly, and I didn't lose any of those games either. Hook LeBlanc, pretty good, guys.
Does anyone have a bobby pin for this guy?
A bobby pin?
Yeah, so we could pop that balloon head of yours.
What? I said. What do you mean? I said it in the game.
I'm kidding.
I'm stating fact.
Problem is like, it's like you're saying facts, so you can't even say you have an ego because it's the truth because it's all backed up.
Listen, I very much said earlier that I am not the best player in the world. I'm not going to pretend like I am. You know, it's
Flurry of the Blades might be able to do it.
I am fairly confident in my gameplay, but
does have
did
flash,
it ask
of
for
course, that'll just bring it back to the base there.
Saf, you're a funny guy.
You're right. The hand composition is such that
no one's ever asked for my deck list. Just kidding. Mike actually asked for it on.
Yes, absolutely has to do this though to play around Aurora into
Thursday.
The
I was gonna say something mean about you, but I can't because it's Mike and he's the goat. Mike is the best.
Cool guy. Nice guy.
So this is a really smart play from Dwali. Was very
him and Meg, great couple.
Unit, of course.
Absolutely.
The reason for this battlefield is so important.
Should warn people before he tells a joke.
It gives Swaggy one less option to win this game.
I don't know who you're referring to again. Are you referring to Saf, Tony, or me?
3 cards in hand for Dwali.
And we know them all. They are turned to dust, flash, and
come on, we need one more subscriber to hit the goal that I wanted for this week.
Or
this tournament. Oh, never mind. We hit it. Oh, awesome. We hit it by a few. That's great. I just need to refresh the page.
Potential play here.
We are going to get some Alan ZQ gameplay. Oh, Tony. Yeah, makes sense.
Absolutely.
Crazy to think that there is a real chance that Ali comes back and wins this game.
The one that he is looking for.
Sabotage. The power paid with the gold.
Because he could play Aurora and then he could gank the Sivir.
Deciding which units and deciding, do we react now? This is on the stack now currently.
Looks like Swag Yellow 420 Yak.
Wait, he can't play Aurora. He's at 9. I thought he was at 10. That's my fault.
Yep, just mentioned that the trigger is on the stack now.
Oh, with the bobby pin. I'm going to go sit in the corner, Berkey. With, of course. What a great community we have. He's going to Flurry of Blades.
Okay, there we go.
Does he have a Harrow?
Very, very well played there.
Excellent. So yeah, I'm interested to think about Dwali's
is he pumping for Heatless?
We know that Swaggy 420 knew about the flash in hand and decided to play
I'm
Sabotage.
confused.
So of course, double Flurry though is very hard to
Oh, he played
around.
double Fury. I only saw one.
Now we're in a position though.
Wow.
If that tie
There's a real chance that Ali wins this game.
There's no extra units in his hand. If Swaggy 420 has
I mean, this was a nightmare game for him.
It can target that tie.
But
And
know,
Wait.
drawing triple Tide Turner, double Frigid Jewel.
Did I miss something? Why did he discard the card
Flying game. This is where that ninth
after doing double theory?
that ninth point is so valuable.
Why did who discard what card?
Having to decide what to do for next turn. I mean, we do see that
Tony.
mobilize at
He's
hand.
I was
Tony,
watching.
he sabotaged.
He
Sabotage
He
plus double
responded
fury.
with Flash,
Definitely a consideration here.
and then Ali responded with double Fury of Blades before the Flash resolves to kill the 2 units. So it was a 4-card chain. It was Sabotage into Flash into Fury, Flurry.
Very difficult position to be in. That's another sabotage.
Yeah, he has another Sabotage, so I'm curious to see if he...
Considering it here.
You do have the gold. That does
I mean, you
help
really
not
want to
do
be
it.
going to 12 next turn. So do you use the Sabotage and spend the golds that you have?
Potentially.
And he's going to use the sabotage. Use the gold token.
Sends the Turn to Dust back to
Turn
deck.
to dust has instead turned to dust itself.
It is literally dust and it's gone. Oh, very notable that the Sivir is readied. Could consider. I mean, the thing here is, unless, like, I don't know if the wall you'll be able to test both.
This is.
Do you bring Sivir back?
This is some really strong.
A unit itself, but
now he's not ganking over, which is interesting to me because I feel like you want to be away from Abandoned Hall here.
Yeah, with only 1 card available, that's going to be really tough here. I wish he would.
I guess he doesn't want to have to retake Abandoned Hall.
He's going to want to grab that second card. Is Swag YOLO 420 going to stage an absolutely miraculous comeback here? 2 cards in hand. Ty Turner at Aspirant's Climb.
Yes, is not able to score that 9th point because not able to double conquer, but does get an extra card draw as a replacement for that instead. So maybe
Star-crossed, replay your Tide Turner, ride the wind. I mean, that would be the nuts here. Obviously, I think he would play that a little bit quicker if he had it.
Well, it's
Fizz. He drew into a Fizz. Oh my gosh, this could be huge.
Fantastic top deck.
Notable that on the next turn,
fantastic top deck is a...
Swag YOLO 420, yeah, is capable of hard casting an Elder Dragon if necessary. But
is
you also
a
have
complete
the
understatement. This is a huge top deck. Wait, he can Star-cross the Fizz and the Sivir, and then he could play Fizz again to play Ride the Wind and conquer. This could be game right here. Does Ali have any outs to this?
And then, is there a Ride the Wind in the
I think he just has,
right now?
what, an Elder, an Aurora, and a Mind Splitter in hand, and 1 other card. Now you just play Fizz.
Oh, the way!
Oh, he's playing Hwei. To then play Fizz.
It's Fizz, Ride the Wind!
I don't know how they're seeing this line so late.
Wow, what a great play there. Just finding the exact need.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, good game.
There's no
Wow, 2-0 for Dwali. Edge of my seat there a little bit. I was sitting forward in the chair. Heartbreak for Ali. Just absolute brutal draws in that final game. I mean,
wow, and really
that is not the way you want to go out.
Really great job
He played pretty much as well as you could with such an incredibly bricked hand. I mean, that hand was horrendous.
Going to a break here, but rest assured, we have a ton of more
drawing into almost all 3 Elder
We are going
Dragons.
into the semifinals and then, of course, the finals, guys.
And then having to recycle it, hitting the Mind Splitter, and then getting immediately Star-cross, so he just never got to stick onto the board at all. And then a top deck into a Fizz. I mean, he literally could have... he could have come back and won. That's actually...
I'm Barrett Bryant, and I had the pleasure to be joined here by
pretty
the one
wild.
and only Frodan, who has been playing Riftbound since the Houston Regional Qualifier.
Wow.
genuinely I had the pleasure to meet you then, and I was on your team the entire time as you were chasing that best of Leona. So I got to ask you, I mean,
He draws the 2 card
here in
teams, so it's
Vancouver.
crazy.
How has your experience been across the entire weekend?
It's been great. I think every single
well,
regional
I mean,
qualifier so
Fizz
far
was
has been better
the
than
only
last.
card he
I've
really
only been
needed
able to
to
make
win.
it out to one regional qualifier.
I don't think he actually
and I always want to make sure the one I go to really counts.
Well, the way
So I had a really
Way
wonderful time.
plays
It was
around
the biggest event I heard so far of any RQ.
What'd you say, Tony?
the way plays around him having Gust in his hand.
Oh, this is true.
This is true. But in general, and I've heard that you've kind of been
does play around the
participating in a lot
Gust,
of these new
which is
to the light.
I mean, you always play the way there either way because you want to
right.
get the extra
So
draw.
one of the big things for this weekend,
But
even
it
though
does
I
play
do
around the
main
Gust.
event, I try to do my fun medal chase for the best of. I also got a chance to play in the new Champions of the Rift 2v2 super high stakes challenge. It's actually kind of crazy.
Are we ever gonna actually find out what the Vendetta and the
tickets? So you basically get anything you want, and
the
some for
Vendetta
your family,
and
some
the
for your next generation, however you want to spread it out.
Radiant spoilers
really,
are?
really cool initiative.
What those are at all?
And it creates such a different
I don't know.
environment
We'll
for
find out.
2v2.
Hopefully
I
soon.
did
Well,
not
true,
know
but I don't know if
how
he got Fizz off the top
crazy
or the
this
final
format
card.
could
Fizz
get
was
with
off the top, I believe.
There are some insane combos that I would never have dared dream
Pretty
of.
sure Fizz was off the
Some
top.
people are just deep in the sauce.
He only had one
cooking up
card in hand,
crazy combos.
which
You can ask me about any of them if you want.
I don't think he ended up actually playing because he drew off Tide Turner Conquering because he was already at 8, I think, and then he drew into the play, I think. But either way, getting Fizz there is kind of gross. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you guys can hear it on the stream. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Just going to grab a drink.
Units off the top. So trust me, the dynamics
I didn't even know that. So
exactly.
And Rek'Sai went really far today in 2v2. I believe they went undefeated. So it was a crazy setup that we didn't predict. Because a lot of people thought this could be like masteries. You just help defend with the +2. But there was some really, really cool stuff. I saw a Forgotten Promises where you like have your ally play a card and they immediately play Aurora. And then they just like, and then did it again, and then they played another Aurora, and then all of a sudden you just had these crazy combinations that I was like, wow, I didn't even know I could even use these cards these ways.
It's incredible, and I really think that it's just the tip of the iceberg. As more people will get involved, I genuinely even think there's some room here where there could be a sort of side event competitive format where there's a little bit more focus on 2v2.
Yeah.
But even like you said, such the high stakes of these side events here. So I got to ask, how did you do?
We top 32'd. I got to pair with Disguised Toast. It was his first ever Riftbound competitive event, right? He's played casual matches with friends and hung out and drafted and whatnot, but this was his first time ever playing competitively. And I think he's a natural. I mean, something tells me that he's pretty good at card games.
I would believe you, as I have been a big fan of him, and you as well, competitive in other strategic games, that's well, with the TFT scene. So, but Frodan, I want to thank you so much for not only coming to this event this weekend, but for having such a great time in 2v2, and hopefully I'll see you in the Rift itself, playing some 2v2 myself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a pleasure to make it out. If you've never been to a Riftbound event and it's anywhere close to you, you got to make it out. It's a really special thing. And I think it's such a cool unification of all kinds of communities, right? We have people from League of Legends who are standing like right there waiting for me to go to dinner. We have like the Valorant scene that shows up, and even people from other games. It's all different kinds of walks of background, different range of ages. I see young teenagers and people who've been playing TCGs for 30 years, right? It's just a really good community gathering, great energy. So please make it out to a local regional qualifier if you ever can. I promise you it's worth the time.
Absolutely, and that means we're going to keep continuing the action here at the regional qualifier in Vancouver. Barrett Bryant here, joined by one of your top 8 locked in for the Vancouver regional qualifier, Alan ZQ. This is not the first time, nor do I think it's the last time I've been standing next to you. Diana, and you've already been working on this list since Sydney 2 times in a row now, making top 8. How does it feel?
Amazing. Just proves the deck is good. Just pilot it well, and it does perform miracles.
And I've got to bring up the fact that, of course, you are already a regional qualifier champion, going all the way back to Bologna, and you are now going to be against 2 other contenders that have locked in regional qualifier championships as well, with Sandy Sherman and Diwali. There could potentially be a 2-time regional qualifier champion happening here in Vancouver, and it could be you. Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm not playing, I'm not result oriented. It's just about playing the best game you can play, and hopefully that's enough.
And I sure hope that it is, Alan. I wish you luck. as you're going to have a tough competition here at this regional, but I do believe you can easily do it. We'll send it back. Barrett Bryant here, and I am joined by one of your auto-locked top 8 contenders. You know him, you love him, the first ever regional qualifier champion, Diwali. Diwali, how does it feel not only to be locked in, but you're going to be on the top half of the bracket here with Diana?
I've been chasing another top 8 for, the last few regionals and getting close, a bunch of top 16s, and it feels really good to break through again. And also with Diana, super fun champion. I'm in competition with Alan for best of still. So, and me and him have played it before in Houston, right? So it's kind of a cool storyline there, and it's pretty, honestly, just feeling on top of the world. So.
It's not even just that about the competition and working together on this deck, or, playing slightly different versions, of course. But the biggest thing is that both of you are now in the running to potentially be the first ever 2-time regional qualifier champion. Diwali, if that were to happen to you, I don't want to jinx anything, if that were to happen to you, do you know how quickly that would skyrocket you into the deepest of conversations that you're already a part of in this game of Riftbound, already still within the first year of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, I've thought about it, obviously, but it would be crazy if I'm the first person to have 2 wins. But we also have Alan and Sam that are in the top 8. So there's actually a good chance we find out who's the first 2-time. And I hope it's me. Honestly, it'd be crazy. Yeah.
And I'm excited to find out with you. I wish you luck, Diwali. We're going to send it back. Welcome back, Riftbounders. I'm Barrett Bryant, and I am riding solo on this one. Of course, we promised you some Vendetta and Radiance information. Tough competition here at this regional, but I do believe you can easily. So, of course, set 4 is on the horizon. Of course, set 4, Vendetta, features rivals and how an enemy can define you. It features some of Runeterra's iconic rivalries to showcase that greatness is not forged alone. Each legend, including you, is sharpened by the person, philosophy, or force that stands against them. Now, of course, this also signifies the release parity for English and Chinese Simplified. The set will include 160 cards with more than 50 showcase cards. Now, this time there's 9 new champion legends, and introducing for the first time ever in Riftbound, the enemy color pairs for legends. Now, of course, the dev video and previews for Vendetta are going to kick off on July 6th. Pre-riffs are going to kick off July 24th. And Vendetta, it will officially release July 31st. Now, of course, that's the set that we want to keep in mind is going to be coming up here soon. But we want to give you a little bit of information about set 5 as well.
Akali's probably going to be Order Chaos.
The horizon.
Yeah, she'll be Order Chaos.
Now, Radiance is a great name for this set because Radiance can mean brightness as in light, but also as in personality and mentality. This set is about players being ingenious and letting their brilliance shine as they find creative solutions to challenges that they face.
I kind of like that.
Now, we've shown this key art in the State of the Game earlier this year. So I think it's fitting that we also talk about Radiance for Set 5 this week, as the French Origins release just happened earlier on Friday. And they will reach release parity with the English and Chinese sets when this set
French,
releases.
So
let's talk about the actual product itself.
9 champions again.
Now, within this product, you can already see champion legends like Seraphine, Echo, and Ziggs, and Jarvan also shown off on the box. Now for these dates here, we want to go over them. We're aiming to kind of kick off the previews for this set September 28th, and they'll run through October 9th. Pre-Rift is going to start on October 16th through the 22nd, and the global release of Radiance will be October 23rd. Now, we are continuing a product here with the release for Radiance, which is the Showdown decks for Set 5, featuring Evelyn and Seraphine. 2 ready-to-play decks out of the box, perfect to grab for just you and your friend. Now, of course, you can see here some domains also being shown off for Seraphine and Evelyn. And, of course, we already do have a champion unit legal for play from Unleashed with Evelyn on the Chaos domain.
She's going to be doing some random...
Another product returning with Radiance is going to be the Vault, and of course the pre-Rift kits. So the Vault's still going to be bringing out here, of course, a product that we continue to move forward with. And then, of course, these pre-rift kits are going to feature 9 different champion precons within it. Of course, you'll have the booster packs to supplement it as well. Now, this is all a bunch of information you're all very happy to see, of course. I know I'm very happy to see. But let's get to some more interesting parts of the set. We're going to feature some more art that will be within the set. And this is one of the new pieces for Evelyn in Control. Now, this is going to be another champion unit for the Chaos Domain. Very lovingly art here. Of course, we know that it's very fitting for Evelyn because she is on that Chaos Domain. She wants to stay in control with game mechanics. But we have another one as well. Echo will be featured, of course, within this set. And we want to show off his new champion unit, an Echo Ingenious for the Mind Domain. Now, the last piece and nice piece of information I can show you guys is going to be a full card reveal. But let's look at the art first here. Seraphine reaching out for her loving fans, showing that she is truly
fireworks in the background.
Not alone. Okay. Seraphine Not Alone is a 5 energy, 1 power for the Order Domain with 1 might. So when you play me or when I become exhausted, play a 1 might recruit unit token to your base. And I also get +1 might for each other exhausted enemy unit you control. Of course, the previews are slated to kick off fully September 28th and run through October 9th for Radiance, and the pre-rift will go October 16th through the 22nd. The full release of Radiance will come out October 23rd globally once again. Now, everybody, I apologize for the delay on getting this information to you all earlier, but I still wanted to bring it out for the world. But we're going to go ahead and send it
yeah,
to
that thing's going to be busted.
Here's what's going to happen.
Closely heating up.
We already know she's what.
All right,
yellow
thank you
blue.
very much, Barrett, for
She's
showing
going,
off our first
she's
look
going to be in a Vanguard Armory
really
Jace
excited
kind of
about
deck.
that, but I'm also excited for our top 4 today.
Yeah, this top 4 is going to be so exciting. I will note some of those cards look so cool and absolutely beautiful. I'm going to try to collect them.
Definitely. And we do have our standings here. We're going to look at the top 8 bracket as we've got it. So we did have a top 8 of, again, a good variety of legends. And, you know, I'm still trying to find the
she also
LeBlanc
makes
that you
when
said
she
would
comes
be up
into
there.
play.
Which match was that again?
I think you're misremembering. I think my number 1
And
pick was
think
Rengar.
about
I must
all the
be,
other
I
guys
must
that
be.
make
Well,
units.
good for you. It is going to be in one of our semifinals. But we do have one right now. It's Alan ZQ versus Diwali, not only fighting for first place, but for the best of Diana.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely insane. I mean, both of these players are almost mini bosses in themselves. The RQ Houston winner with Diwali, as well as the RQ Bologna winner with Alan ZQ. Both players so great.
Yeah, and the 3 that we know are in these semifinals have all won an RQ before. So this could be the event where we have our first 2 times.
Seraphine Not Alone is
It didn't say enemies. Guy read it as enemy.
When you play me or when I become exhausted, play a 1 might recruit unit token to your base. And I
yeah, I think this is a big
Not you, the guy
Diwali's
revealing the card said enemy. He read it
does
wrong.
also turn on that last text in Hue where you can discard a gear. We don't have that same in Alan ZQ's list, but I'll also be interested to see how that might change the might of these units.
Okay, but I just think
has been a really strong card for Deanna. Once
she could be
board,
good.
I know it's been a little bit difficult.
There has to be a lot
but
of other
offering
cards
another draw, and with the gear discard, we do get to ready up 2 more runes, which ends up being really helpful. I also do like the tech of the consult the past, something we don't normally see, but since it lets us draw 2 cards on our opponent's turn,
It basically does it. It puts a scenario out there of like how much removal there is for a lot of massive token generation. Is it going to be yeah, you just play Barrel's Breath and it kills a lot of her like power.
It kills her potentially.
So here's the Wally's list, and let's look at Alan ZQ's list for some differences. We're going to play Spot the Difference here. Probably the biggest one is the acceptable losses.
I'd be down to see what like a cool go-wide deck is.
Both different choices here.
But
acceptable losses. It is a spell that lets you kill gear, which will be
I don't know.
Usable
I think
in this matchup, and you will not have to sacrifice your own gear because he doesn't have any. However, Hue can't get
What
that ready
is Bella's Breath for 2?
Yeah, but I do really appreciate this. Just another one-cost spell that we can play for all of our characters that matter about. So the student,
also just units in general that are
the abandoned hall, all
5 cost 1 power.
Since we're also very spell
have to have.
we do have the
I mean, look at your screen. They have to have absolutely busted abilities to even be playable.
So nice.
Play
it synergizes
Vex,
so well
Cheerless.
the spell-heavy deck, letting you check to see if on the top of your deck
I can't really
is
think
a
of
spell,
any
and
others
if so,
that are
put it into your hand. Otherwise, recycle.
5 and 1 power.
Well,
like,
I've waited long enough. I want to see which is not only the best Diana player, but the best build. And we've got our
Darius,
top 4 Diwali
I guess,
on the left
Draven
with
has
Diana.
seen play.
We've got Alan ZQ on the right with Diana, and we're starting off our top 4.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, I feel like both players, obviously know how this Diana matchup has gone. I'm sure they put in hundreds of games.
These units have like insane abilities for 5 and 1 power.
All right, we got the fist bump here. On the left, we've got the rockfall path. It says you cannot play units here, which is pretty helpful. I know that playing units to battlefields have been, I think, kind of a little bit stronger in this meta compared to others. And then on the right, Alan ZQ has the Ravenbloom Conservatory, as we mentioned.
If we see some good support for her, I think she can be good.
A more spell-focused build for Alan ZQ.
With the current game
that's
state.
gonna be really nice.
And
As
the cards
you
that
said,
we currently
consistency,
have,
we absolutely love it in card games, and so we'll have to see what we can find and hopefully find some spells that help us out.
All right, and we're getting started here. We've got 2 runes to
the Aurelia game
first
is
since they were the 2nd seed.
They're just starting this while the Aurelia game is still going.
Out that Ravenbloom student,
so top
really
8 and top 4 are happening simultaneously.
All right, 3 for Alan ZQ. This could be just a quick and easy Diana, and looks like they agree. Getting the 3 and passing it back to Diwali.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure these players have played these turns so many times. They know exactly what they need to do to try to get ahead.
Yeah, and if you're a Ravenbloom student, you got to go to the conservatory, I think, right?
Surely.
Makes sense just from the flavor of it. And also, if you're the first one on there, it's going to be helpful for you to get more of these defense triggers here. So, Diwali taking a think here. What we're
Min
wanting
runes
to do with
versus max runes. Who wins?
Yeah, and finding some early spells, potentially
Diwali being able to go first.
Really nice. Ravenbloom student also
being the higher seed here, even though they have the exact same record, and they actually tied against each other.
Which does mean getting more spells to hand from that Ravenbloom Conservatory will be really nice.
All right, and thinking here also, if we're on 4, it could be a fun turn to play the student and then playing something like Vex. That could be a lot of power here, but we're actually just going to play out the Diana for 3. Pass it back, not wanting to...
The way the bracket works out, we know there's going to be at least one person in the finals that's going to have a potential 2 times regional champion.
Yes, this is true.
But when you're
Good point.
facing off against what is almost
not only will we have a
a
returning champion to finals, but we are now guaranteed a Diana in finals.
If you pass, it means that they did
this deck that has been fairly controversial recently.
So being able to say, well, they lost out on some rune potential.
Obviously, you've had
energy potential. That makes a lot of difference.
Some people saying that her strength is overstated.
Yeah, that is a great point. You always are trying.
I never
to
really
make sure
understood that.
Use all your runes, all your energies, and by denying the showdown, you're denying that usage as well.
All right, we're going to get our first move to a battlefield. We're going to use our Diana champion effect to use our additional energy from our
double Ravenbloom student and pass
from our Diana legend here. So we are going to get the point and just play out 2 more.
Holds that one up for the
and it does look like we got that Stupefy off the Ravenbloom Conservatory as well. So really nice, just get that added to our hand. That is just kind of threatening, right? That like
I think he is pretty much sacrificing his Diana here, though, with only 1 up.
And in the future, these Ravenblooms could.
You would assume that Diwali has some way of conquering this Ravenbloom Conservatory.
Cause it to be on defense.
Alan will see a card
currently Alan's has
off Ravenbloom Conservatory,
+2 card
and then
again, adds up
probably another card off of the Stupefy. So he is just making his way through his deck, going to have 2 Ravenbloom students to potentially for the potential retake. With
I
7
wonder if
runes
he's going to decide to come in one of these
on the following
battlefields.
turn.
I assume that he may start.
Frigid Jewel
but
comes
it looks
down.
like that Frigid Jewel that we talked about a lot during
I
his
don't
deck
know.
list is going to come into play.
Yeah, and so it's when you
Is
draw
Alan
your
playing
second
Frigid
card
Jewel?
each turn, you get the friendly unit.
No, they're playing. This is the other deck list that he was thinking about playing.
Okay,
so they're
he's playing the non-Frigid Jewel, and Diwali's playing the Frigid Jewel.
Conservatory happens first, and then you can pay for the Diana, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got the Conservatory looking at the top card. It is an acceptable loss.
An acceptable loss
a
is
very
off top
apt
right
card
after
when you
the
just played your
Frigid Jewel comes
first
down.
gear off the Frigid Jewel. We see a little bit of a smile from Alan ZQ.
And I don't know if Diwali's playing the main deck gear hate like Alan is.
And this is our second draw. So
He's definitely not playing acceptable losses because that wouldn't make any sense when it comes to
with the Gust here.
playing Frigid Jewel.
Currently 3 mites.
A Gust comes down. Is there any response from Diwali's side? These guys obviously know each other's decks so well at this point.
Don't normally have ways to increase the might like that. I'm looking through the hand that we see. There could be a chance of maybe
could
a
have stack decked
to get rid of their
before
Diana as
going
well.
in, and then use his Frigid Jewel to give the +2 to Diana.
And yeah, I can
to
see that being a
avoid getting
decision
gusted.
for this point here, but we're gonna see on the decision 4 runes up. We have used the Diana ability. We're gonna let the Diana
Oh no,
go
stack deck is not drawing
act to
actually.
hand.
So
we
never
will be
mind.
able to get
stack
the
deck to
student
end
moved
to
up.
end technically.
Pretty good.
Yep, and also we did
Another
play
Raven
one
Moon
spell, so I
Conservatory
think the
trigger.
students in the back
Sending
both
Fizz
have
to
a
the bottom of the
+1.
deck is actually
And they
good
should be
feeling.
+1 for now. Right now, I do think the showdown though.
So
2 to 3.
Conservatory
Currently 2
gives
to
and
3,
it
but if
takes
we do
away.
end up playing, the
Moon falling
Moonfall, this
another.
could be
Oh, this is a
big change here.
huge
So
play out
we'll be able
of
to move one of these.
1-1. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, both these
Diwali
players well aware.
after Alan taps
both,
out for
all
the
these are
Gust.
+1, so it's going to be
He
a 3
leaves
to
himself
1,
wide open
and
so
the
that
student is
Moonfall.
able to take the Conservatory back.
Yeah, Moonfall is such a strong signature
Now we're sitting at
card.
1 to
Not
1.
only essentially bring a charm up into that
In-game
battlefield,
score.
but decreasing both units there.
Yeah, it's really just a mix of like the Stupefy and Charm as we've seen before, and just really, really helpful to not only kind of win battles, but also get some really good trades. So,
yes.
1 to 1 here. We're going to have a Raven Bloom student off. We're going to see off the top, do we have a spell? It's a Vex, unfortunately, so yeah, we do have to recycle that as well. And we are going to use the acceptable losses here, again, drawn off the Conservatory, and, you know, a really good tech in the main, as we've been talking, and good against a gear-focused build like Diwali's.
Yeah, and because of that spell, we are just slightly above on LZQ's side. Stack deck will potentially even us out again.
Yeah, so currently both these students have a +1 each, so it's 3 might to 3, and we're going to resolve this stack deck first.
Do you have how many cards? 5.
See, you know, making sure 5 cards in hand for LNZQ. We've got a lot of runes right now, so we will have to activate 1 if we want to, again, have our student be bigger than theirs.
Yeah, we're going to need something, but we don't have any runes up to be able to do it. So we are potentially just going...
All right, so we get our 1 here, +1 might apiece, and then for 1, we're going to play our own stack deck, so that's going to be 4 might to 3, and LNZQ should be able to take back the Conservatory.
Yeah, it's been really nice for LNZQ. Also, just getting that extra card to, you know, add to his deck. Also, just
Can't really see
what
they have in hand right now.
Curate what he wants in hand.
Yeah, just confirming the cards that we wanted there, and then passing focus. That's going to be 4 to 3. LNZQ 2 points of the required 8, and once again taken back.
Even with that big Moonfall play, Alan just has a commanding board state at the moment. Looks like he might play this Vex
so many runes
down.
up, though. 6 runes to try to figure out how we want to set up here. Obviously, we could play more units.
Excuse all the yawning.
And we want to make it as hard as possible for Diwali to be able to kind of get set back up, get some units into the battlefield, and come back.
Yeah, and looks like LNZQ may have access to what looks like maybe a Kha'Zix. I know that he's been experimenting with the card in their build, right? I think they're running just the 1, but you know, we don't love recycling. If we had a Hawei, this could be a good time for it right now.
Can Diwali take down Alan on not only the Diana, but this blue purple color combination, domain combination that he has just been so strong on, and you know, very clearly been the best player in the world on these colors. I think it would be a huge accomplishment.
Yeah,
obviously making top 4
both of these
already
decks
is,
like
but
so heavily on spells, I
the
would
chance
not
to
want
beat
to get
Alan
into
in a
combat
mirror
with
match,
this
even though
Vex
they're running,
Cheerless.
you know, different builds of the deck.
All right, back to Diwali, 1 point to 3. We currently have 7
kind of
runes
a
active here.
pro
Only 1
player's
on the defense
career-defining
for
moment.
Alan ZQ here. And again, that Vex is quite the scary card if left unchecked.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure Diwali knows that as well. He has 7, but his base is completely empty. He's got no units, not really anything set up here.
Yeah, and we're kind of behind on tempo as well. And, you know, because we were able to get so much removal since we had these Raven Bloom students as well for these trades, you know, Alan ZQ is definitely on the front foot here. And then once again, like, being able to get that additional card draw from the conservatory has been very strong. Looks like Diwali is going to play the first away of the top 4 here. If it's able to survive, it's in a pretty good spot. Also, if we do have access to Ride the Wind, which maybe we do if we're spending the extra 2, we would be able to not only force the combat, but be able to get the additional draw and discard.
Shout out Spyro. I see you, Paul. Thanks for joining.
Starcross being
Appreciate
added
you.
to hand. We're drawing 2 cards so far off the conservatory for Alan.
You know, I used to have a YouTube channel.
Okay. And yeah,
that was of a different name. And Paul was co-host on that channel.
Yeah, he was one of our first movement triggers that was actually going to see of Huey, so I'm excited to see what they decide to discard.
Mr. Podcaster.
Mr. Podcaster, me and Logan. Mr. Podcasters.
Yeah.
It does look like it's going to be that spell, that Gust getting discarded.
All right, and then we're going to move it back. We're going to get another draw. And deciding, again, since we do have access to gears in Diwali's deck, having an additional 2 runes up could be pretty important.
Not
here.
sure if
And
this is like bugged or something,
so we do have 2 runes open
but
for
I'm
the
attempting
defense,
to
and we still have
see who
Diana
won
leader,
the Aurelia
so
and
we do have that there, and we're going to go back to Alan ZQ.
Master Yi match, and it is still not updating, but it also hasn't updated Diwali's. So I don't know if they just like forgot to report in the system or not, but
and so many
hopefully that'll happen soon.
Kind of gets even more
so we can see who won that match.
And hopefully
I mean, I guess it could potentially still be going.
Yeah, so for Vex Cheerless, it's specifically...
This is going to be a very long match, isn't it? We are 11 and a half minutes into game 1, and it is 2-2.
So it's not going to be very easy to do right now since, you know, there aren't any units specifically at the battlefields, but with the signature spell from Diana, we can force a combat and the Huey move as well.
Yeah, that is a fantastic point. I mean, that Moonfall does feel like it could be great here. We've seen that multiple times people really rush to get rid of Huey. Instead it looks like it's going to be Tide Turner bringing that Vex safely
I do
back
agree
to
with
base.
this. You really want to be on the attack.
And again, if we did have the Moonfall, there could be a chance to interact with that. But we're actually going to use the Starcross that we drew with the Tide Turner. And I love this sequencing. It let you get the point with Vex, but it does keep the battlefield clear. So you're not as afraid of losing your Vex. And yeah, we're going to play out
and then
I think this is our third student.
Third Raven Bloom student?
So, yeah, we're at a pretty good spot for Alan ZQ.
Yeah,
Alan in a very,
happy
very, very
to see all
comfortable
these
spot right now.
students. They do just feel so strong, especially now as we're getting more and more of these spells.
Yeah, and we're back to 7 runes for Diwali. We had to recycle 2 off of the Huey and the Ride the Wind. So we could develop another one too, but it would mean, you know, we'd have to pretty much have another Ride the Wind if we wanted to try to get the value from it.
Yeah. Looks like Diwali's trying to figure out what to do here. Again, he's finding himself at the beginning of his turn without any units in play.
That's correct.
I mean, only slightly behind Alan ZQ in points, but you want to get a foothold. You want to get your tempo moving.
Yeah, and you know, I think
some
Diana
discourse going on about Alan
deck,
playing
You have all these abilities, but they really do
too
require
fast
you to have
and making his opponent miss
here.
windows or
by
something.
keeping that board clear, it's been very difficult for Diwali to really develop anything.
Yeah,
I know
100%.
as somebody that has played Alan
it looks
once
like
before.
Huey is going to be coming back down, but it does again
Not something
cost
I
those
experienced.
5 energy
Extremely friendly
and
player to
1
play against.
power to bring her out.
I did not play him
I
in
mean,
a Nexus Knight. I literally played him in
it
round
does leave us with 2 more runes,
11 of
but I want to get moving. I feel like as
when he was already X1.
And I've
of a
played
regional
this kind of matchup
in Atlanta.
before, and it really kind of lends itself to this kind of
Tony,
scary,
you obviously got a chance to play him as well, and we both had really great experiences. So,
we do get rid of the Hwei again. You spend
kind of interesting. One of the nicest guys in the entire community that I've met briefly. Obviously, it was just briefly, just for one match.
Yeah, and it just
but,
doesn't feel
one of the
good
nicer
having to
guys that
set
I
up
played
over
against
and over and
at
over
the
again.
big event.
Instead,
And
okay,
there's some
Riftbound is up in the
clear
conservatory
discourse
as
that
well. Honestly,
he
the homeland
does
The
some
homeland, yeah.
for our
interesting
room
stuff
students.
during games.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Alan ZQ.
There was an example
the
on Twitter, I think, that was posted
finds the
that
spells, and
I think was
usually the
pushing
spell
it.
that makes the most
His
sense
opponent
at
missed the
that
window,
spot, so,
and he didn't let him take it
it's
back,
been
which
very kind to
I don't think there's
Alan
anything
ZQ
wrong with that.
already. This weekend, we saw the unacceptable losses, and we'll have to see
You know,
if we're able to get another. But it looks like we are
it's not a
going
Nexus
to
night.
react
This
with the
is
stack deck, using
a full-blown
our Diana
career for some of these
Legend
players. So,
Yeah,
now
I mean,
you're talking
let us
about
draw 3 cards and select one of
with
them.
all the different
At
pricing,
the least, it does let us use that Diana
tens
energy,
of thousands
like
of
you were
dollars,
saying earlier,
maybe
and
even
hopefully
into the
find something that can
$100,000
help
range,
us in a
depending
position
on
like
what
this.
Right, going to 4
tournament
for
you're at.
Alan
So,
ZQ after the stack deck.
sponsors, things of that nature.
And thinking about another tide turner potentially.
It's so interesting watching both of these RQ winners. They know exactly what their plan is. Obviously, it's difficult getting there right now, but you can just tell they know their exact game plan.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing so much of this deck, and I believe, as you said, yeah, we've seen Alan ZQ really find themselves.
It is
at
funny
home
that
with
these two
the,
decks
the
are the
runes that we're
two
playing. We saw it
versions
with
of the deck
Ezreal, right,
that
in those
these
domains.
players came up
We're
with,
seeing it even,
and then
further
chose
forward
to
with
run
Diana,
one of each
just
version.
Very, very confident.
And now they're pairing in
100%.
top
They feel
4.
very at home. It feels like we're going to be developing our own way here and getting set up.
Obviously, both
protecting that
versions
Raven
very
Moon
strong.
Back and base, moving
I think I would
that
probably
Tide turner that
prefer
you brought
Alan's
out.
version.
Yeah,
I'm not like a huge
every
fan of
time
the
I
card
see
for
Tide
Vigil,
turner, I'm like,
but
yeah, this is such a good card. It gets better every time.
obviously it
I
worked
see
out
it,
super
and
well for
the
both of them.
flexibility that it offers, just worst
kind of
case,
depends on
it's
your
just
play style.
the first card you play in a game, and with late game scaling, very solid card.
Yeah, it has been so nice,
I'm
especially
sure
because
they've play tested
just
this
keep
match
us
plenty of
moving
times,
forward
which
here on Alan ZQ's
on
side.
both sides of the
So
match.
Diwali has been
So
fortunate that
not
their
sure
Hwei
which
has
side
survived
typically
another
comes out on
turn.
top.
At the
This
risk
game
of their
looks
Hwei
damn near
also being
unwinnable
developed
for
on the board,
Diwali.
so we do have to
But,
be aware of that.
you never
We
know what
do
could
have
happen.
8
Only 2
I
runes up
believe, for
potentially opens you
Diwali
up to a
play
Hwei,
here,
conquer Raven Bloom
up to
Conservatory,
2,
maybe a
and the
Moonfall in the
legend
Vex,
ability for Alan ZQ, but we're
after
just gonna go
discarding a
5
unit,
here,
which would
get
put
the
you up to
draw,
8. Might,
and we're gonna get a
and then the
discard
Moonfall
currently
obviously drops the
5/2,
Vex all
but
the way
there
down to
will
3,
also
which
be
means
the
that there would have to be
defense
some type
trigger
of
once again from Ravenbloom Conservatory.
really strong interaction, because Smokescreen doesn't even do it if he plays Smokescreen.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Not
They
sure if he
continue to
does.
contest this Raven
Obviously, there's some
Conservatory.
discourse
It shows
between
what a priority it
Smokescreen
is, and
and
just how powerful
Eclipse.
the text on that battlefield is for them to keep going
I
at
am
it.
a fan of
Rockfall
Eclipse.
says he
I know
can't
Joel,
play
who is a
units, so
Diana
you can still
player,
move
is a
them
fan
there.
of
We haven't
Smokescreen.
seen that happen I think this match yet, but it is something that we can do. We do
Caesar
have
Pay
a
set on the
Hwei,
bottom.
so Ravenbloom can miss, and unfortunately not getting a draw one and losing a Hwei, but we did discard the Diana, and it's currently 8-2 on the Conservatory.
Yeah, it does feel like we're definitely beating that Tide Turner, yet Tide Turner will go to the trash, and Hwei has taken that Raven.
Shout out Joel,
Bloom
coming in
Conservatory.
69th. Nice.
And we still have all of
And
our
he
runes.
himself rebounds.
Giggity.
We're at 3 points
What'd you say?
here, and looks like we
Giggity.
have our own Tide
Oh my
Turner.
gosh.
Again,
We just
such
had a-
value
in
especially with the
2026,
Hwei, so we are going
we just
to
had a
have
Gigature.
it study at the Conservatory there. Hwei is going to move back, get another draw one, and discard. And again, we've got a lot of runes left open.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be concerning for Alan ZQ if he decides to try to take over the Conservatory again. But still, I think we're going to see what else Diwali has here. He could develop more units. He could maybe try to do something here.
Yeah, if we have like our own copy of Vex, perhaps, I could see that being pretty strong. If we have another Tide Turner, we could put it in the Conservatory and move the Hwei a 3rd time. But we are going to use our Star-Crossed. Love this flexibility here. Get the Tide Turner back to hand where it can offer another movement for our Hwei. It prevents their Hwei from going off. Again, just a lot of back and forth here.
Yeah, 100%. And it kind of shows that we kind of don't care too much about holding it, I guess, per se. We've already gotten that point. We got Hwei back safe at home, and getting their way off the board is going to be really nice. We do use another 2 runes to play our own Raven Bloom student.
This finals is going to be
with 1 rune up, and our Diana energy
a long time
has
from
not
now.
been used yet.
Yeah, and we just are
so we
very
star-crossed
safe. We do not
the
want
way.
to overextend. We do not want to give our opponent too much
strong
value.
turn from Diwali,
safe
but you
back
are
and
going to be
forth
seeing Alan go to
just trying
6
to extract
here.
as much value as we can.
100%.
I just don't see a way back into the game for
has
Diwali.
so many runes as well. I'm excited to see
Alan
what they
is
do
just going to get
develop
too many
here.
turns in order to
If we're going to see
just double
somebody
conquer.
move into that rockfall path as well.
Yeah, we should have 10
He already has a
runes
fairly
right
strong
now.
board.
3 to 4.
And yeah, 4 for Alan ZQ, 3 for Diwali, and I think we've got about 5 cards in hand. We've got
Here comes a Fizz. He's going to end up
and,
star-crossing.
just automatically, yeah, we're just going to play the star-cross
Hui.
on
The Hui has
Fizz
now been
and
star-crossed.
on the Hui there. Such a good combo that this deck gets to do.
Too many times?
Yeah, I absolutely love.
Make sure I'm live here.
Used so much in set 2. Obviously, getting to spells is just going to be so nice, and allowing it to bounce itself back in the hand means you're going to be able to do it again.
And we do also have our signature spell from Diana, which does fit into the requirements. So there's just so many good choices that Fizz can do.
Stuff over.
He pairs so
the chat
well
has
into the
slowed.
spell-heavy deck.
Are we getting tired, boys?
You're going to move
I know I am.
to the conservatory.
It's been a long 2 days.
It's been a long 2 days, and we're not even at the regional.
Move the Vex to the rockfall path, going all the way to 6. So, you know, 1 double
another
away
Hui,
from
well,
winning this
the
game,
original
as
Hui
we've been
comes down.
inching closer and closer to 8 points.
I feel like at 6 point, the
Another
pressure really
go.
is put on.
No pass. No,
I mean,
your
what
turn.
is Diwali supposed to do? He only has 3 points. He has 1 unit in play. Meanwhile, Alan ZQ's board seems pretty well set up.
Yeah, and, you know, if we go the student to student, that's going to be very tough to contest. And yeah, I think Alan has really applied the right amount of pressure to get him.
I think this is just game 2.
All right, looks like we've got, I think, 9 runes for Diwali here. We've got, as you mentioned, the Raven Bloom student. I think we've got a Hui in hand, but we would have loved to have the Hui stay on board here. And we do have a good amount of spells in our trash, so if we do end up having our own copy of Fizz, there can be some interaction. But
yeah,
we're
I think we just go game 2 here.
Have to interact with both these battlefields, right?
Yeah, it would be really nice to clear up both battlefields. We do only need to do 1 to, you know, potentially stave off an extra turn, but we'd feel a lot more confident if we can remove both the Vex and that Raven Bloom student.
All right, looking at paying what looks like 3, so could be, again, a copy of Fizz here. And it is, all right, recycling 2. And yeah, Alan ZQ knows what's going on. These guys have been playing a lot of Diana. Real quick star-crossed into Fizz into getting rid of their Hui. Yeah.
I kind of
Hui
love
has
seeing,
been
as
star-crossed
you said, how much these players have been
4
playing.
times this
Even
game.
when Alan ZQ played his
Between
last
the 2
star-cross,
players.
Raleigh just scooped up the Hui. I don't even think Alan ZQ really had to point it out that much. He knew exactly what the target was going to be.
Yeah. Currently 3 might on the Raven Bloom student here due to the star-cross, though, so it can contest the
really
conservatory with
a lot of
might
options
to 2,
for Diwali here.
Obviously, there's
having
a lot
an
of potential
extremely
for
large
spells
hand.
here.
I think he has, what, 8 cards in hand? Yep, 8 cards in hand. So many different things he could do, so many different ways he could play this line.
Hand, you know, we do have a, quote, second hand of spells in that trash here.
I think it's an interesting resource that a lot of these purple decks
You
do
probably
have
want to play
with
one more
Fizz, is
spell
having that additional access.
now to play around
Obviously,
the
we also
gust
see
potential
it,
of Alan.
with Annie at times, but it doesn't feel like Annie has the same loop that Fizz does.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move the student to the conservatory.
He's not
Top card of
going
the
to.
deck here for Alan ZQ. Let's see it. It is another losses here, which worst case you can spend 1 to give the plus
Typical
1
losses, which doesn't do much here. I mean, I guess it gives.
All you need with a spell,
Alan
right?
has
Even
Stupefy
though
in
the
hand,
text
so
reads
that's going to be
one
coming
thing,
down here for sure.
Sometimes
He's going to swing this from 3-2 on one side to 3-2 on the other side.
Stupefy is going to be what we try to do.
Not yet.
Yeah, and And obviously, these guys are in the zone, right? This is not the first time they've
Telling
played.
the judge how to play.
There is a reaction
Kind of
window
hilarious.
here.
You have to wait until it resolves.
And we're going to stupefy there.
Stupefy.
Resolves?
Yours, yes.
So that's supposed to?
Yeah.
Yep, so making sure they resolve.
Okay.
Making sure his resolves too.
-1, yours is regular?
Yeah.
Yeah, so +1, -1.
Oh, passive. All right, I got it.
So again, we're just back to 3 and 2, right?
100.
Yes,
and
it's your action.
It's so cool seeing just how well they know it. They're super calm. They're just slowly going through exactly what they know they need to do.
Plays acceptable
And
losses
here's the
for
acceptable losses here.
nothing.
You don't
just
really,
for the bump
this
on
doesn't
the
really
Rainbow
target you,
student.
You can just play it for 1, and this will offer a 3-for-3 trade.
Yeah, it works. If it works, it works.
And that +1 up to that trade, like you mentioned. I think this is something that's like funny at times, even though the text reads one thing.
You can just say action +1 might to your Rainbow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is the effective text here. But we do have a response with the gust, and Alan ZQ is like, all right, that's going to resolve. Acceptable losses resolves too, and that is going to be.
Now you can see a ride the wind here
Ravenbloom student that
to
is able
crash.
to take this battlefield here.
You can see a ride the wind or something, and then the ride the wind to conquer over the Vex. There is still one rune for Alan, but after playing the acceptable losses and the stupefy, you have to assume
it's kind of difficult to remove
that his
Vex
options are a bit limited.
Yeah, but Alan's like, I know you have Fizz, I know you have Moonfall in your trash, right? That can be a play here, and it is going to be the one we're going to try. And it is going to be the Moonfall there. We could have put the Fizz in the Conservatory. Also, since you're moving, we are the trigger defense here, so we get the +1 might from there. We get to trigger the top of our deck for Conservatory. We see another Fizz, so unfortunately, we will have to recycle it there. Yeah.
Home.
And then we've got Ride the Wind, which we get to play for only 1 due to the Vex champion ability.
Would he technically conquer Rockfall Path?
Let's see if there's any reaction to it, but it definitely doesn't feel great after you've committed so much to then just have that Vex moving back to moving somewhere else.
Yeah, and there's also kind of this weird situation here where currently it's
Fizz in hand still, right?
Yeah. It's in combat, right?
Oh, he's Ride the Wind into
also,
base.
our spells are costing more. If it moves to the other one, then our spells cost
if he went
less
to Rockfall
again,
Path,
right?
would
So
that
there
be
is
a
this kind of
conquer?
weird back and forth dance here.
Because he has not scored it on Dwali's turn, even though it was already there.
Okay.
Looks like
Yeah, I believe we just end up moving it back to base here.
Could be an interesting interaction to keep an eye out for going forward. Because if he did conquer, then that would just be game.
We're going to hide a card
unless there was a ride the wind
underneath
for
the
Dwali.
student there, and we're going to pass it back to Alan ZQ.
Yeah, all of these minuses will be removed from the board. We'll have to see what Alan ZQ does from here. At least he doesn't get that hold point to 7 just yet in this situation. But Alan ZQ is definitely much closer to getting to 8 than Dwali.
Yeah.
So
I had no spells though. I don't know if you just go into it on me. That was the issue.
And you can tell again these guys play so much together. They're just talking through their plays like, man, this is what I saw I didn't see. Like they're already having this conversation of like how did we get to this spot here together. We do have the Vex here. We can win this turn and get double points from a double conquer from Alan ZQ. We do have the student in the Conservatory, which can offer a card draw, and also there is a hidden card there, so a lot to unpack.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so cool seeing the camaraderie between these players. They're obviously in a very tense situation, being that they're in top 4, but they're still having, a nice little chat, talking about their gameplay, enjoying the fact that they're playing Riftbound together.
Definitely.
Looks good.
All right, I think we've got maybe 9 for Alan ZQ. We are going to put the Vex into the Conservatory here. Hidden card is the Tide Turner.
In the response to Conservatory?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I should have Conservatory first.
I mean, you could respond still to Conservatory, so that's okay.
Sure,
you can trigger it.
Okay. Yeah, so Conservatory trigger. We do have the hard bargain there.
Does cost a little bit too much now, though, because Vex finally coming into combat once they resolve the beginning stuff. is going to increase the price of Diwali's spells as well as decrease the price of Alan ZQ's, leading the specs to win.
Yeah, and it looks like we weren't moving the Tide Turner.
Ride the wind.
But we're going to try to ride the wind here. And yeah, Diwali's going to pack it up. And, you know, could hard bargain. We still had the runes available to pay the extra cost. And we're going to game 2. Alan ZQ, one win away from our finals.
One win away. That's a lot of pressure. And then we're going to be going into game 2. We'll have to see what of the battlefields they decide to do here. What changes will Diwali make to try to beat Alan ZQ?
Yeah, and a big point of this one, you know, I think the Ravenbloom Conservatory was the difference maker in that match. It offered a lot of card draw for Alan ZQ specifically, and found some good cards. And now we've got the double Targon's Peak, and so everyone's going to have a couple more runes to play with this game.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. When you conquer Targon's Peak during your opponent's next turn, you get 2 of your runes readied again. So it'll be interesting to see just how many runes and energy we have to play with.
Yeah, the other thing to note too is that, you know, we can have some Ride the Winds where we can conquer both of these Targon's Peaks, and then we get 4 runes back at the end of the turn. That's just so much flexibility.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what that might mean for some of these showdowns and combats, because having extra runes means more spells to play.
All right, Diwali starting us off with a Ravenbloom soon, obviously one of the MVPs for these decks here. We're going to 3 for Alan ZQ, and just again playing out that Diana, just a repeat of the first game.
Yeah, I mean, this time I wonder what changes Diwali will make. Obviously, last time he was a bit conservative. He kept holding back. It did seem like Alan ZQ getting into that conservatory, just like you said, early so that he could draw more. It seemed to do so much.
Yeah, and one good thing about this Targon's Peak too is it will offer us a lot of chances to use our champion ability. We are going to use the showdown timing to activate our Diana Legend to play a stack deck, look at the top 3, and
the double singularity.
And Alan's a little bit less happy on the 3 that are on top of there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's very happy with it.
You saw all
but
3?
Still, you're further into your deck, right?
That's
so
funny.
Closer to the cards that you want.
All right, making a note there saying, hey, I'm not going to see these cards anytime soon.
It's fine. Sure, it's fine. Copium. Yeah, you're good.
Good on 1.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, we're just in the semifinals. We'll make it work, right? That's what he's saying.
Exactly. We're gonna make it work. He's gonna try to get this win so that he can sit happily in the finals.
Yep. So some quick shorthand. We played the Diana for 3 Targon's Peak. We get the 2 back, and moving it back to Alan ZQ.
I wonder if being more aggressive like this, moving our units in quicker, is going to do much to change. Obviously, we're going to get those runes back here, but it's not the same card draw that Ravenbloom Conservatory represented.
Yeah. One thing I like about Alan ZQ when he plays is that when he knows his reaction window, he'll just look up and stare at you, right? He's like, is there anything? Let me know. I wanna be able to use my ability.
Oh, it has to resolve before.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, activating. Yeah, because this was you know, on Showdown. Use the vision. Look at the top card, and we do have a Ride the Wind off this Diana.
Thanks.
Now we're in the Showdown. Now we're gonna use our Diana Legend ability for our own stack deck. Look at the top 3 for Diwali.
Pass again after stack deck.
Let's see. Does it look like we are going to be doing that stack deck as well, just trying to find one of those cards that can help us win this game 2 and send us to a game 3.
All right, adding the 1 there. Student should be at 3 might right now.
1-1. Yeah.
1-1. We are going to play out a Vex there. Very strong. It's going to be for 5, but again, we get the 2 back for Targon's Peak. A little bit of shorthand, but again, these guys have been playing for a long time, keeping each other honest as well, and moving to Diwali with their 6 rune turn.
Yeah, we're just quickly passing back to Diwali. So we're going to see what he has here. Maybe something from that stack deck can help us. I wonder if we're going to try to get into that other's Targon's Peak. But that being said, Alan ZQ has fully reinforced it with that Vex.
And we're back.
Alan's thinking about it. Look at the cards in hand. We've all had those times. We just
An
look at
early
our cards
Vex out
and
of Alan again.
All right, what do we
is
do with
rough
this,
for
right?
Diwali.
I chose these cards. I put them in the deck. Now I gotta use them.
Yeah, I feel like there's two different options.
I feel like it's such a powerful.
Either like I can't wait to play this card. This is gonna be my next turn, or it's like how did I end up with? How did I end up here?
How did these end up in my hand? I know I put them in the deck, but where?
Such a powerful card in this
How is this
matchup.
one of the combinations?
This wasn't how I wanted it to turn out, but hopefully that's not what Alan's EQ is feeling
Seraphine
right now.
deck. I mean.
Oh, they finally updated the
right, and you know
UVS settings.
Who won
Yeah.
earlier, Mr.
You won.
You won. So that means both Aurelias are out.
A little bit more spell heavy than Diwali, but
after winning the most recent U.S. regional or English regional, I would say.
Combat
she is
being first spells is definitely what Diana thinks.
Yes.
So we have the best of Yi, the best of Rangar, and this match determines the best of Diana.
As the Frigid Jewel, and we're gonna go back to
True.
holding the 2 points here,
Yeah, Singularity changes the matchup so much.
we'll see what happens.
Let's see if I didn't draw the card yet.
That
And I
Aurelia,
think it's really smart, Dwally, just like
even though he lost about an hour
does kinda
after
free it up
the
for
last
Alan
Aurelia,
to
will
move
actually
into
not get
potentially,
best
but
of
it does
Aurelia.
mean we can
The
also
Aurelia
try
that
to
lost to
target
Alan
this
was the 6 seed,
following turn and get
whereas the
more
Aurelia that
out
just
of
lost to
it.
Yi was the 8 seed. So
Right, just making sure.
top
you
8,
challenge
but
your runes,
walks
you drew your
away
cards. We're good
with
to go.
no best of.
Cards in hand looks like I think
Whoever
there's 4
loses
for
this
Diwali here.
will walk away with no best of.
We only have our
Which
Diana
is
Legend to
rough.
offer any interaction.
I do see a singularity in hand. This is going to be painful for Diwali.
And there is the singularity. So using it on the Diana and the student. Vex gets to live another day. It does have that deflect, so that additional recycle might have been a little bit too expensive, but using 1 card to get rid of 2 of theirs is just great value.
Yeah, it is a lot of runes. It does look like it's the only thing we're able to do this turn, but at least we are clearing out Diwali's board for a large part. It does kind of mean, sadly, I mean, it does mean that we really respected, though, that deflect cost on the Vex that Diwali played.
All right, we've got 8 runes right now for Diwali. We've got our choice of which Targon's Peak we want to conquer the most here, if we choose to do so, but that 4-drop Vex loves to be at a battlefield.
That she does. I would agree with that.
From side, you ramp too much for the development to...
We're going to have to see, though. I mean, obviously, we don't only want that 1 unit there. We really do want to build out the board a bit more, have more options of things we can move around, I feel like. Especially when you are coming up against this Vex, you're going to not want to actually either be using the spells early, or you're going to want to be using it, you're going to want to have the actual might to deal with it.
Yeah, the 5-cost Vex is so good when you can move into a combat, right? You really want combat at your timing too, so there are ways to, you know, move our own 4-drop around, get to Targon's Peak, move it back somehow, but we are just going to look like play out the Hue for 5, and we'll see what we do from it.
Hue definitely seems like a favorite in these Diana lists. It seems really important to get it established, also really important to take it off the board if you're the opponent. So we'll have to see exactly what ZQ has for it, but also can we get it somewhere?
Yeah, we could use a Ride the Wind here to get some points, but again, it's a little bit better when we're able to get
adjusted.
the double Targon Peak
Hopefully that's a little bit better.
Extra draw. But we're going to reopen and pass it back to Alan ZQ.
Yeah, 3 runes open as well as the Diana energy. There's really so...
I wouldn't repeat here when you have mana.
And I think we've got 6 runes for Alan ZQ. It's a little obscured right now. We can move up our Diana to Targon's Peak to get a potential draw.
Energy levels are
our champion
waning, friends.
It would definitely be nice to be able to use that ability.
It doesn't
and then if we're there, we're able to get,
like
the
there is
2
a
runes
Starcrossed
back,
in hand
use again next turn for another
on the
potential
side
draw.
of
So
Alan.
not awful.
However, he does
but,
have the Fizz, but he can't
we are
actually
making
cast
sure
the
that we're
Singularity.
not overextending.
Yeah, it is so interesting to see how cautious these players are.
Sorry, Fizz is 3 max anyway.
Or how Alan seems to dislike his hand. He does have a large one.
Prismat.
Yeah, there are
getting
a lot of cards to not like right now. But yeah, we've got, I think, what, 7 cards it looks like in the hand there. Looks like we're going to move potentially a Vex into one of these peaks.
Double Conquering Targons is...
Now, one thing to note, we do see a timer in the bottom left, but we do essentially have no time just to kind of keep track of how long this match has been going. There aren't going to be any time rules for this, so we can take our time to make sure that the decision we want to make is the one that we do. And, you know, this is probably the most we've seen Alan think this match by itself.
Yeah, I mean, top 4 now, not even top 8. Every move you make is so important. These players are, not only competing for a seat in the finals, but also competing for that best of Diana. So each action they take, there's a lot riding on it.
And it looks like we're thinking about a double unit play.
You get 30 seconds of DRM.
It's going to be a Raven Bloom soon and a 4-cost Vex of our own, and passing it back to Diwali.
What is that? Do I even want to know?
Now, one thing I also like, when we're at this high level, especially with these guys know exactly what they're doing, it's almost a different game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cards that they're playing and what they're playing into and playing around is, you know, at a different level than, you know,
we have
someone
surpassed
digital rights,
not necessarily an inexperienced player, but just someone you're not experienced playing.
We have surpassed.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
10
interesting, kind of
hours
even just how like the
Vancouver
mental
streaming.
game can be, right? These players, I think they mentioned have been playing potentially hundreds of games
On
together.
the weekend.
They've also just been playing hundreds of games.
7
I remember
hours
from an interview
today.
earlier,
Close to 7 hours today.
like before the set even came out, he'd probably
So
had
that's fun.
400 games on Diana.
Yeah.
So not only do they know the deck, not only do they know the matchup, but they also know their opponent so well.
All right, so I think we've got 9 runes for Diwali. We are going to be tempted for one of these Hwei moves here. We are going to move it to Targon's Peak.
Draw. Yeah.
We're going to get a draw 1 and discard 1 off the Hwei effect.
We'll have to see what type of card they decide to discard based on what we discard. Hwei does have 3 different abilities, basically, which can be anything from drawing cards, growing, readying runes. But I think, obviously, with all of our runes made and not being in combat right now, it's probably going to be a spell.
Yeah, spells would be the best one, generically, right
At
now.
01 Green Emperor, if this goes to game 3, I'm out.
Want to get rid of, so that's not always the case here.
I feel that.
And I'm going to think, and it's going to be the Superfy, so we do get that additional draw.
Definitely.
If you want to think about it, you got a free draw 1 off Superfy without having to pay the rent.
Yeah, to some extent. Sometimes even you just see players.
I dragged myself through a room of broken
1.
glass just to hear
so
Alan
we
fart
are just
through
going
a
to get that
walkie-talkie.
draw effect instead from that discard.
That's also the second draw from turn.
What?
That is a comment that is on the stream.
This turn specifically, but it can come up in these later turns.
This comment.
We're going to be paying 2, it seems.
Can I report him? Promotes terrorism.
Or potentially, I think Ride the Wind would be pretty important, but it is going to just be a traveling merchant, okay?
I mean, Traveling Merchant does represent a lot of card draw potentially, so could be really nice to, you know, find some of those different cards that we're going to need for this matchup.
Yeah, and we are going to do the star-crossed here, and I like the sequencing on it. Obviously, our
I mean, I understand that this is extremely high-level gameplay, but I do understand the people that are in the
energy, so making sure we're
chat
in
saying
showdown,
that it
just
is
so we
a
can
bit
get that
boring.
discount.
Yeah, that is really nice.
You know, the prevalence of bounce spells in the metagame
No, it's fine, actually.
I feel like that's one thing that's really cool about
my
these
favorite thing in the world.
Just how well they can maintain, how efficient they are with their
if I'm being
resources.
totally honest.
So, I mean, they know exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah, we've got
I don't think this is
5
necessarily
runes
slow
left
play
open
because
here. We will be able to get
you know
4
this is top
runes
4
back
and they're
at the end
playing
of turn
to
with the
become
Targon's Peak. So,
the first 2-time English
looks like we
speaking.
are going to play a merchant again
You know,
for 2,
double regional
and then
champion.
we're untapping 2 and 2,
or 2-time champion.
passing with 7
But
runes left. Yeah, 7 whole runes. I think for Diwali, which is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that could be so much as Alan ZQ tries to move up into the battlefield.
See a hard bargain in Alan's hand. Really interested to see when that comes down in this game. I think it'll be a bit later into the game.
It's kind of a whole different beast to play against your friend who you kind of have an idea when they're going to be bluffing, when they aren't bluffing. You know probably their list so well to have not just kind of a guess, but know exactly what could those 7 runes represent.
All right, we're moving our Vex and our student to the Hue. Currently 6.
Apparently I did something wrong. I assume it's me.
Yeah, seeing what is going on here.
Well,
So Hue is at 5. If we get 2 draws this turn off of cards like Stupefy, we could get a Frigid Jewel +2.
Apparently it's
maybe. I assume it's me.
I mean, that would be really nice just to put us over on this showdown.
So Hue is at 5. If we get 2 draws this turn off of cards like Stupefy, yeah, it looks like they're just confirming Jewel +2, something that happened on the previous turn here on the runes.
I mean, that would be really nice just to put us over on this showdown.
No, okay, I think it is just a 5 to 6.
5 to 6 right now. Do we have
Could
anything
play
that
Moonfall Jurung in the Diana,
maybe that
giving
+2
everything
or some way
-2, which would
decrease the
actually
might
make
on
Raven Bloom
Alan's
0, Vex 2, and Diana 1.
7 runes is a lot to do it with.
Just a 5 to 6.
5 to 6 right now. Do we have
Could
anything
play
that
Moonfall Jurung in the Diana,
we
giving
talked about it.
everything
I had a good discussion with
-2,
Aaron earlier
which
this
would
week,
actually.
where, like, yeah,
Sorry if there's
the
an echo.
numbers in this game can be so close. You just need 1 more might to be able to get the victory, and it looks like we are passing focus potentially.
Obviously, Alan is not going to play right into the hands of a Moonfall. If the Moonfall comes down here, expect to see more interaction from Alan's side.
Sometimes you do just have to like.
But maybe he knows that Dwali knows that, and he's mind gaming.
In your hand for the turn that you need them.
I think you do have to just play the Moonfall here. It's going to take a lot from Alan's side in order to.
I mean, again, with us having so many runes left open, right?
Overcome
there would
the
be some cards for interaction here.
Moonfall.
Yeah,
it could get hard bargained, and then if Dwali taps all 4 runes, in order to get past the hard bargain, he'll obviously be tapped out. Which then means that Alan has free reign to do what he needs to do in order to win this combat and conquer the battlefield. So he does go for the Moonfall.
It looks like it's going to be that
Now,
Moonfall, which
there is a world where you just don't pull the Diana in.
To that battlefield if we're bringing
Nope, he's going to choose to. I think that's the correct call.
But it also is -2ing every single unit at that battlefield, almost essentially a -6 if Diana gets over there.
Correct. So it would make it a, I think, 5 to 3 if it resolved with those 3 units over there. And we'll see if Alan ZQ has a response to this Moonfall.
So much discourse in the chat about the speed of the gameplay.
All right,
guys, they are playing for
over
tens of thousands of dollars.
I think it's
I'm not even talking to the people in that chat, so I don't know why I'm
and -2 across
acting
there.
as
so
I am.
The student is
that
at
is not
0,
my chat,
the
that
Vex
is
is
the
at
Riftbound
2,
chat.
and we do have 1 for the Diana.
Yeah, it does look like your map
Chooses
is
to
correct.
not hard
I have to
bargain.
think there's
He has
also a lot
his
of runes
own
up on Alan
Moonfall.
ZQ side. He still has his Diana as well. Surely he has something here to try, and it looks like we're gonna do the same type of play, playing that Moonfall to bring traveling.
I'm going to guess Traveling Merchant. That's going to be my guess, but not a guarantee. It does offer a chance for a discard 1, draw 1.
Yeah, but it would at least bring it to 0 might. Would bring us 3 to 3 if it is Traveling Merchant. It does look like it is.
And then we will get that 1
This
extra
interaction
might
here
from
will decide the game, in my opinion.
The student there. So it would be a 3 to 4. So once again, just narrowly beating the numbers here.
Yeah, I think this could be a really important moment here as we're playing these different cards. Dwali still has those 4 runes up. He could make some more plays here to decrease the might on Alan ZQ's side, and just slightly different right now, the might.
Yeah, currently 3 to 4. They don't have the dice on the might there, but yeah, currently the Traveling Merchant is at 0. There it is there. And then we do have the Huawei that's currently at 3. 3 to 4.
4 to 3.
Let's see, 4 runes up. We saw a Stupefy discarded earlier. That might be something
Really
that we would like
interested to see
here,
who wins
putting
this.
us back 3 to 3.
We got some viewers back. Nice.
But
Who wins this interaction, because I think it is going to decide this game.
The biggest thing here is that Alan's accused spells just, you know, ramp so much better with the student here.
Yeah, in a moment like this, you really can see how strong that Raven Bloom student is. Every single spell, not only -2, is also a +1. I mean, it makes every single card in his hand add a little line that says give Raven Bloom student that +1 might.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that both these cards are in gust range, so even if there is a way to increase it, you could gust. And we are going to try to flash back the Huawei and the student here.
Hard
bargain's
going to come out here,
hard bargain,
tap all 4,
and we're going
so
to
it
play
cannot be
4,
played.
so they can't even pay
That
the
resolves.
4 to
Raven Bloom
save
gets
it.
+1, so
Yeah,
now it's
we
5 to
don't
3.
have it up. Only 2 runes, but that's going to cost so much as well for that hard bargain.
And with that additional spell, now it's looking at 3 to 5 to try to get this northern Targon's Peak.
Yeah, I mean,
If this resolves this way,
Flash seemed great for a
you
defensive
can
move. Also,
kill
both
the
of these
Vex
cards do have when moving
and
triggers.
the Diana, so
it
it'll
could
only
nice
be
to
a
get that
Raven
extra
Bloom
draw
student
and
on that
discard, trying
battlefield.
to curate that hand. But instead, hard bargain, making Alan ZQ's units even bigger.
Unless you want to leave the Diana. No, you can't kill Raven Bloom.
All right, 2 more runes left for
2 more runes. What can he play? He plays
try to
Ride the
use
Wind on
Ride the Wind
Huawei.
here for
This
the
is
Huawei.
huge. He can move this to base most likely.
And
He's
says
going
that
to
will
draw.
resolve here. So Huawei will be saved.
Will that trigger Frigid Jewel? Because this is the second card
All
that
right, and
he's
sorry, this
playing,
was such
but
a long
Frigid Jewel
combat.
is not
This
reaction,
combat
so
started with Alan ZQ moving
does
into
trigger
Targon's
Frigid Jewel.
right? Okay, so this is it. So they were the attacker, and so this is not. Again, when we get so deep into it, I want to make sure.
So now he can
it's
actually kill the Vex
understood.
Apathetic if he wants.
And I think that's the second draw because we moved the Merchant and then we moved the Huawei, so we get the plus off the
Which is a
Frigid
much
Jewel for that.
more favorable trade.
And
He is now tapped out.
I think that's likely what's going to happen. I'm seeing if Alan ZQ has any other plays. Currently, it's I think the Merchant is still at 0 might as well. I think.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure because he did have the
This
-2
is
on
the
him
longest
earlier, and it's
interaction in the
been
history of
removed.
interactions.
Yeah, so maybe we gave the Frigid Jewel
Is he
+2
considering
there,
stupefying
and then,
so that
I'd have to maybe
only the
remove
Diana
also.
can be
maybe
killed?
because the Huawei isn't at that
Is what I'm
battlefield anymore,
wondering.
It doesn't have the -2 anymore.
Well, he also discarded a unit.
Oh, that's right, because we discarded the unit. Okay, that's where the plus
Is
came
the
back.
Vex
Okay,
Apathetic
we're back
saving
Sorry, this is
when
such
that
an
Huawei
intricate
in base is
battle
most
here.
likely
So,
going to conquer
with
over the
Traveling
Raven Bloom
Merchant
and the
getting
Vex
+2 from the Frigid
on the
Jewel,
following
that
turn.
does mean we do offer a potential trade with either the
especially with the
Vex
Frigid Jewel.
or pretty any
giving
much
it
of these
+2, it'll
units
go to
here.
7, so it'll
Yeah,
be
and you
7
have
into
to know
6
which
right off
one
the
is the
bat
most
before
important
even
to,
potentially discarding a unit.
To get off
Baron.
the board. I was actually surprised at looking at what Dwali had
Interesting.
discarded. That's a Baron Nashor, is it not?
Yeah,
just
and,
noticed
you know, we weren't too
that.
far away from being able
been a
to
long day.
play it here. We do again have some additional usage. I mean, I think I do see a Stupefy potentially in hand that will pretty much save everything but the Diana. But we're saying, you know what, that's fine. Merchant can take something down with it, and let's see what we decide to take.
Yeah, I mean, again, every single action here is important. It could mean a lot if we take Vex or if we take that Diana out.
Yeah, all these are great units to get rid of. All have their own usages here, and we'll see what Dwali decides to choose.
Yeah, I mean, the Vex obviously is stunning units that come into like
Game
the turn
2,
that they
and
are
we're an
played.
hour in.
I'm trying to think if there's too much that it really does, obviously, for Dwally. It must be important since we're thinking about it. But then, obviously, that Diana
Are there
also
any
has
other
her
results
ability
from
as
the other
well.
match?
Yeah, what are you more
I
scared
doubt
of?
it because
the
the
bite from
match
Ravenwood Student, the kind of
took forever.
passive slowdown from the Vex, or the potential card draw from Diana. All of them very valid.
For sure, and it looks like it's going to be that Diana card draw.
All right, so finally this combat, this showdown has
no
finished.
results yet from Houses Are Big versus
We're
Sam
going to pass back, and we will have two additional
Sherman,
rounds
Ringer,
active thanks to
Ringer in top 4.
Yeah, which
Something
is
that
be
the storyline that happened a long time ago.
To have,
Very
but,
interesting. I mean, could we see a Ringer take it all home?
Who's trying to figure out how to get in here.
Sam D. Sherman.
Currently, I believe 8 runes active.
Potentially going for his second regional win. He did win a regional, right, Tony?
Such a good benefit here.
Yeah, he won.
After that combat, super close and back and forth, but I think
which one did he win?
Has is kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh god. Whatever the third one was.
Vegas was third?
Yeah, I believe he won Vegas.
All the units of LNZQ are currently on that Targon's Peak, so maybe there is something we can do here to get this
Vegas
game
champion
to win.
So we could immediately move the Hwei, and if we do so, we will be able to get not only +3 might from if we discard a unit, but if we also just use the effect, we do get the Frigid Jewel effect. So it would be immediately like
and then
a
obviously
10
we
to
have
6,
Alan who won
and
in
that
Bologna.
is quite the deficit just to start off on a combat with.
Dwally who won
really
in
nice here. It
the
does
first one was in
that
Houston.
Way up. I'm interested to see
Right.
if we have
That was
a
the first
unit
regional,
just
I
for what we're
believe.
talking about.
Yes, Wally was the first ever regional champion.
Yeah.
Currently 5
English
to 6, but we do discard
English region, sorry, yes.
And
China is
get
not a real place,
+3
so
and a +2, so currently 10 to 6 on the northern Targon's Peak.
Yeah, I mean that
is
almost
an inside
doubled
joke
its might. So
for anyone who doesn't know.
Still multiple runes up here on LNZQ side. It looks like it is going to be a ride the wind.
And curious to see what we're moving where, right? It could be a chance that we just move our Vex back just to save it, kind of a more expensive version of a flash here.
Going to change the lighting in the room.
Yeah, I mean saving it definitely
the studio
would
lighting
be
makes
nice.
it an absolute sauna in here.
Raven Bloom would go to 3, but 3 to 10 still not enough.
Thinking on the play here, we're going to spend 4, it seems, for a hard bargain and repeating it. So we will not be riding the wind on this one, and that gets removal of both.
Like I said on the turn previous,
and we just need 2 more
whoever wins that
out.
interaction is going to win the game, and I think
we don't have a lot of
that
interaction
is exactly what has happened here.
The Targon's Peak. This is a really good spot.
Dwally being able to
I mean, what is
save his Hwei there and also trade with the Diana for me, and also making Alan not only play his hard bargain, but also commit a lot of other resources to kill nothing but a traveling merchant.
If these 2 units stay where they
I think
are,
just
next
really
turn, Wally could hold to a win.
Yeah, so
puts Sam
looking at 4.
in
could have
a
used
favorable
the,
position.
Diana legend ability to help pay for
Now
the
he
hard
conquers
bargain,
back over.
which is fine. We are just going to stupefy on reaction to Targon.
Gets another hard
to get a draw
bargain.
and
Obviously
use
a
the
very strong
runes while
card
we
in
can,
this matchup.
and it's going to be back to Alan ZQ. 6 points across the way. We need to interact with at least one of these battlefields.
Yeah, and how is he going to do it? I think it's going to be a
There we
huge
go.
question.
It's a little bit better.
I feel like I see.
Stupefy, hard bargain, Fizz.
There are at
Fizz
least
obviously an extremely powerful card here.
Units here.
If you have a Starcrossed, he has a Moonfall.
I mean,
Does he have
we did
Starcrossed
see
Grave?
the Singularity, I believe, sided in. We could have 2 copies, and that would be able to clear up both these spots. It would be a little expensive because it would be a deflect cost on this Vex here. But we're going to play the Fizz for 3.
Yeah, hopefully there's some spell that we can use. It looks like it's going to be stack deck, though.
No. Okay.
Trying to find a card that can help us.
Yeah, I mean, if we have Starcrossed, we could do Starcrossed, Fizz, Starcrossed. I think we've got 6 for that. Another stack deck, though, not looking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
we're
the best
really
sign
hunting here for something that can find us a way not to lose this next turn.
All right, we've got 4 runes left here.
Do you have to
the only thing I can
stupefy
see
Gust
potentially in
just
hand
to
is
survive?
maybe a stupefy Gust, but like that's not feeling
And
great
you're
because it's a
recycling
double
2
target
runes?
onto the Vex, so we'd have to recycle 2 to do so.
Yeah, and obviously does not feel good to lose runes when you're kind of having these like spell offs to some extent. So, I mean, it would be nice to put it in range though, but it could just get played again.
Yeah, and we are going to use the stupefy here on the 1.
You can recycle.
Recycling the blue for that.
Probably
Drawing
2
1,
blues
and
here.
the Vex is now at 3 might. We've got the Gust. We've got the removal.
Nope, he's
We're
gonna do a
playing
purple.
to our outs here. Vex returns the hand.
Yeah, and it kind of also gives us an idea, like, we don't have anything that stops
Does he
spells
have a
right
tide
now,
turner?
it
Does he have a
appears,
ride the wind?
because we had so many runes
If he
up,
doesn't,
and
he's obviously
that
going to draw a
definitely
card
would
with
be a
Way
moment that
here.
you'd be trying to stop that Gust.
Yeah, and if we have
He has
any
a
movement,
fizz.
which we've got the Fizz, which I believe we do
Or
have
Ride
a
the
Ride
Winds.
the Wind,
And
that's
we're
going to be
going
enough.
to game
And Diwali's
3.
forcing a game 3.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is so exciting. Again, both these players,
Incredible
they obviously
match.
know exactly what they need to
I'm
do,
going to step away.
and they are executing to a T.
Just for a moment.
What are they going to do for game 3,
And then,
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. I love that one combat
we'll
that
get
we
into game
had.
3, I
A
guess.
lot of back and forth, and we saw the double Targon's Peak, and now we're going to see the double Abandoned Hall. We already had so many might
Actually,
numbers going back and forth.
yeah,
and
I
with
don't think I'm
these
going to make it,
Abandoned
guys.
Halls, these spells are
Closing
going
in
to
on
be
midnight.
very, very important.
Yeah, it's going to do
So,
even more
obviously
might
there
onto
is the
these
Riftbound
different
stream
units.
itself.
All right, well, we're just going to start off
which
with
is-
the stack deck on the Rift
Oh,
here.
they
So,
skipped ahead
unfortunately, no
all the way to
2-cost
75
unit
minutes.
here for Alan ZQ as they start the... I think this is their first game
Yeah,
of
there
this
is
match
the
going
Riftbound
first.
stream on the Riftbound channel.
Yeah, I think so as well. That does
so
mean Wally is going to have
obviously tune into that
the ability
to
to
watch
play
the
some of the
rest.
first units
Thank you so
onto
much
the board,
for
which can
everyone that came out
definitely be nice.
over the course
We've
of the
seen
entire
it kind of
weekend.
feels like whoever gets that
Over
first unit
11
into a
hours of
battlefield
streaming for me,
safely seems
which,
to really
you know,
take the lead and
going
potentially
cold
win the whole
turkey
game.
into that
Yeah, so playing out
is
the
interesting,
Diana
but
from the
it was
Champions
really
Zone,
cool
we've
to
got a
see
4-drop Vax passing back and
some of
forth,
the
some
people
pretty
that
automatic
showed up.
plays as we get started for this one.
You know, shout
Going
out to all you
to
guys,
5
Tony,
runes here for
Saf.
Diwali.
Fantastic streaming, you did great. Thank you.
Could be
Appreciate
a
you,
way.
Saf.
Could be
My
another
energy
Vex
has been waning
ourselves.
today, but
again, a little bit of a different pace from
kinda
this
dealing
game
with
compared to the
pretty
others.
bad headache.
Yeah,
to
and
be
we
honest,
are currently tapped out
I'd
as
love to go all the way
LNZQ,
through the
which
finals,
does kind of mean
but
that if we could
you know,
do
that's probably going to be
something
an hour and a
to
half
fight later,
at least
it'd be, I mean,
until
we
we
know
actually
exactly
get to
what they
like
could do, but
midway
instead we
through
are
the
just going to
finals.
play that Vex like you said.
All right, we're going to move the Vex to
Yeah, Joe
the Southern
and
Abandoned Hall
Bergie
here.
and
Going to
Christian,
get our first point for our final
and
game
all the
of
people
this
that
match
joined
here.
and
1-0 here.
participated
We are
and
going to play out the
commented
Anna
and
for
started discussion.
3. And we're going to pass it back
Let's
to
see who the top
Diwali.
fan is for this
At
stream.
this time with 3 runes up, so something to
was
watch out for
Christian,
when we are going into
Giants, Clam,
I mean,
and
either of
Sap.
the abandoned halls.
So,
All right,
thank you, you guys.
and currently 1-0. We've got a
Just
4
spamming
might Vex on the Southern Abandoned Hall.
Tony?
Very much a mirror match,
Been
right?
real?
We've got the same legends, champions, the units we've played
Same?
are
Are
the
they
same.
real?
Can I
We're
real?
playing the same. The runes are quite
Good
similar
night, guys.
as well.
I don't have an
and,
outro.
We're going to go to
Enjoy the rest of the
Northern
games.
Abandoned Hall and
See you later.
going to activate